find something going on with Bob. Not exactly being able to as the backstory and surprise guest that I had on. If you're watching this again, thank you, Brady, for playing Sergeant Nahum / Bob. But also, you guys were able to see as he picked up this helmet and this armor, it seemed to carve itself with foreign ornate symbols, and as well the halberd that he picked up seemed to glow with a shining silver.
That explains the awesome artwork I was looking at from Scanch. I loved it.
Oh yeah, you got to go back to that stream. You got to clip that whole story.
I was so confused, but I got to go watch that. That is so cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, proper goblin handling. Probably my best work.
I should make a segment out of that, actually. Permanent.
Go for it. Just like clip it. With that being said, you guys made your way over to the base of a mountain with Sync's guidance, in which he a session prior rolled a natural 20 on the map that you found within the Dragon's Tomb.
Yeah, I did.
That being said, you walk up to the base of the mountain, not knowing that Sync actually was gone until you fully explore the ruins. It seems as though some of these are an ancient religion sect of what's known as Kaldrfell, or however you say it, with Leston knowing a lot about it once reading a weird book out of obscurity, finding statues like Magda the Abolisher, or even going to temples in which hold old winter gods. After going into the town, or after going to the main temple of the grounds and exploring everything else, you run into a band of mercenaries or bandits, however you want to view them. They didn't do anything wrong. Hashtag they didn't do anything wrong. That should have been cooler. It wasn't. But you guys talked them out of the temple, saying that you are going to take over their job of clearing the basement of this temple that should lead to a tunnel or passage that climbs all the way up the mountain to the keep. Told that there were probably monsters down there, or probably not. You walked all of them out there. Josh and his bandits, Jacob, Jingleheimer, and Schmidt. And then like a couple other Joshes, because his name was his name too. You watch them leave. At this point, let me actually play some music over here and actually get into the game, because I haven't yet recapped so hard I got brought back out to the main menu. But let's stop the Ice Cavern music.
Hey,
we don't need that.
Ice Caverns, my favorite video game level.
It's a solid video game level. It's usually short. Usually short.
Yeah, that water temple, man.
But I think we're going to do some Before the Storm, because that's a good classic. Maybe we can mix in some Abyssal Gaze.
You love that combo. You love that Before the Storm, Abyssal Gaze.
Usually it's Astral Plane and Abyssal Gaze. Oh, yeah, it's my serious combo. I realized I had this going through the wrong headset. Imagine if I was prepared. All right. With that being said, you guys are now kicking off your boots after trudging through all the snow, brushing off all the ice and melted water as you adjust to the new temperature. For a moment, the temple is quiet and contempt. Just squeaks and awkward boot steps from the crampons as you guys look down a dark staircase that the bandit spoke of. The stillness is broken by a new familiar sound of howling that fills the halls as the door again. Standing before the doorway is Sink, covered in blood. His left hand holds 3 heads of familiar bandits being held by the hair. His right hand holds a frost-touch blade decorated in cold, frozen blood. He slowly makes his way closer to you guys, scorn across his face, ever still, not blinking. The door closes behind him, slowly shut as almost manipulated by you hear the click of each footstep. Just 1 second here. As he gets closer, let me lower this before the storm. I don't like it anymore. It's picking up. As he gets closer, you hear the click, click, click. And now almost 20 feet from you, you now hear the droplets, small droplets of blood fill this heavy silence that has now snuck back into the room. He, I hit enter at the wrong time. He stands before you guys, kind of staring in between all of you, still holding the trophies in his left hand and still holding his weapon.
Sink. What did you do?
Hey, buddy.
Run, run, run. They tried to run. They couldn't escape. They couldn't do it. I let a couple go for the thrill. I did. I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I was made to do. And all that I'm good at.
We flash back to moments earlier. The group is marching through the passes of the base of the mountain. Sink sees something off to the side, what could be construed as maybe a heavier clump of snowflakes weirdly fluttering about. It seems to make its way towards him. Distracted and sure of himself that he can just follow you guys afterwards, Sink goes off path and catches what now looks to be a fluttering piece of paper in the shape of a bird or crane. He watches as it begins to unfold in his hands. As it starts to take shape, a circular seal starts to reveal itself near the top of the paper. And as it starts to reveal, an intense blue color starts to glow from this paper, and a hum is starting to grow louder and louder. Underneath his shirt, a matching part of the symbol, the outer ring of what almost seemed to be tattooed on him, starts to glow as well. But worse off, burns intensely. A scream is let out, challenging the howling of the winds of the mountainside. A scream of pain as Sink's eyes also start to glow. Iris is now overlaid with this same symbol, burning, but dissolving away. A hard and meaty thud hits the floor. Sink's blade now runs with fresh blood. The screaming of before is now morphed to a dwarven child's cry of sadness and confusion and fright. Our devil-shaped assassin stares at the child. And then his blades. Ion's words run through his mind. You shall retrieve this map kill anyone that holds it and any witnesses to the scene. This map contains a sacred location to the school, a location on the mountains. He looks at the child, sobbing, defenseless, as he grips a dagger from his belt. He throws it. Off screen, we can hear choking and coughing up blood. But now we see the child lifting hands from his teary eyes to only see that the devil is gone. And now behind him, his mother clutching on a blade caught in her throat. An unfamiliar logo burned into the leg of the desk that his father also fell from. We go back to the temple in the dead of the night. Hardwood floors and white walls of the dojo. Sink is being held down by Hayden, clearly beaten.
Would never kill a child. It didn't do anything. It's innocent. You can beat me all you want. You can trick. You can't trick me anymore. I know. I'm just here for your bidding. You are not my master, not my father. You're just a monster in a robe.
Ion looks unfazed at this vitriol being spewed from Sink. He looks towards his other apprentice in the room. Tears stream down Killian's face as he almost pleads not to have to do this, but hesitates as he knows what consequences follow. His hands start to glow blue as he approaches Sink, who is still struggling and trying to break out of Hayden's grasp. The only one in the room enjoying this, actually. Hayden. Killian's hands close in on Ion's head. Sorry, Sink's head. The same symbols that we saw from the paper now glow intensely, and screaming of pain again leaves Sink's throat. Moments pass, mimicking almost a lifetime. The glowing stops, and Sink stops struggling. He looks up at Ion.
What am I doing here?
You had night terrors, my son. Your brothers had to restrain you from hurting yourself. You should be all better now. Rest up. You are going to have an eventful morning. And with that...
So sorry, Master.
With that, he was sent off. We flash now forward throughout the years. We see more instances of Sink being sent out on tasks, retrieving and killing, quick and efficient. However, sometimes we stop to see him let go of someone who didn't belong there, someone who was innocent, someone whom he didn't think deserved to die in the moment. And in those moments, we see Sink back at the temple, blue light burned into him, reprogrammed by his master. Years later, we see him again, sitting in the rafters of a multi-story building overlooking the market square. His master told him to lie in wait, that his partner, the black-robed wizard, said it would be too dangerous today. Another school was on to what they were doing. They were going to try to kill Ion. That moment happened. He sat patiently in the shadows while an orc busted in. Older. He argued with his master about killings around town, gang killings, homes raided with residents dead, artifacts stolen, all tied to a symbol that he was able to piece together. All tied to a symbol that the defendant of these accusations, Ion, wore on his gi. As predicted, his backup came. However, this wasn't another school. The orc woman that came in was wearing a guard outfit, a constable. Without time to think about it, Ion gave the order as he jumped through a portal. Sink used his powers, his mind, to push this orc out of the window. Before his partner was able to get a good look up, Sink was already making his way back to the dojo. As he stormed through the dojo, his mind filled with doubt and racing with thoughts, he finds Killian, his brother, to ask what was happening. Just as many times before, he was overtaken and the glowing hands put back to his head. We flash back now to the blood spills page from Sink's face onto Killian's handwriting. The top right corner burnt off where the glow originally emanated from. Biting back the pain of his chest, he reads the note. Brother, I don't know what to say. A simple sorry cannot undo everything that I've done to you. I can no longer bear to hide what I did, to lie. I will not hide behind stating that Ion forced me to do it either. My powers contributed to your brainwashing. I am at fault, and I can only slightly atone by giving back to you what I took. Hadian and I were brought to the school at the same time. We both had gifts. Hadian's was gifted not only in fighting and martial prowess, but also in cruelty. He truly enjoyed any devastation that he caused for himself and for Ion. And for Ion, there would be plenty. My gift was to become a curse. I was able to steal memories and transfer them, something I was forced to do often. Initially, I was supposed to lift memories off of anyone that Hayden left behind, any witnesses. Not that he wanted to leave any, he was just too careless. You were the solution. Another psychic power was found in the city. Ion was notified by Lucius. You were to be a trained killer. It wasn't perfect. Even though you were quiet and careful, you had a good heart and spirit. You questioned Ion's motives. You left innocence behind. And for that, I was made to take that knowledge and doubt from you, so you can continue to be manipulated by him. For better or worse, I gave it all back to you. I'm sorry for what you go through after this. Your heart's too pure to know, but it cannot be held back. Hopefully this makes your next task easier. I know what the curse is that falls upon you. It is another one of Ion's fallback plans. If you were to defy him for too long, or leave and run away, you would eventually fall to this curse. I do not know exactly what happens if you do, but I know how to break it. You must defy him one last time. I don't know how you are going to take this information, but to break the curse, you must kill the one that gave it to you. Unfortunately, they will know. This much energy transferred from the school back to wherever it is that this may find you. Hayden will be aware. And before he hunts you down, he will rid me first. Brother, I tried to do the right thing, but you must deal with Ion yourself for all the evil that he's caused in this world. Evil done through him and us. Signed, Killian. I will always be with you in spirit. And with that, we find ourselves back to the moment of Sync standing in front of you guys, covered in blood. Sync, you now remember all of this. Every single thing.
You're right over there.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him. With everything he's done to me, to Killian, I'm gonna kill him. And then I'm gonna kill Hayden. And no one's gonna deal with this treachery ever again.
Who are you talking about? Who's he?
I kind of look at Thernaga, and I just Ion. And I look at the heads that I'm holding right now, and I'm disgusted with myself.
Leston has got her hand on her hand axe, and there's like a moment of like, as like this recognition has been going over Sync's face, there's been a moment of like Leston going through her, thinking through her oath, but like as she like clocks that Sync's back, that was not Sync. Her axe goes back in its sheath and she lets it go.
You, Leston, you recognize, and you've probably recognized it since he got close to you, the telltale 1,000-yard stare.
She was
something that you've...
There was a moment where she looked at Sync, the way he was talking, and she knew, with him being affected by the curse, she saw Duncan, but for a moment there, she wasn't sure if Sync was coming back. But she just saw Sync come back, and she let go of her axe, and she didn't have to make that decision. And she lets out a sigh of relief that she didn't have to think about that, and she didn't have to think about her oath, because that man who just took those heads, that wasn't Sync. She knows that. And she just looks relieved that she didn't have to make that decision.
We need to go back. Killian. Hayden's gonna kill him. We need to go back. We can't let him die like that. Guys, I go back. Killian's gonna die. He's gonna guys. Killian gave me back all of my memories.
I just give him a hug.
No, you don't understand. No, Thernaga, you don't get it. He gave me my memories back. I remember.
I know.
I remember it all. Killing all the people I killed for no reason. All of them.
I just hold Sync. I just hold my surprise.
My brother. Gideon's gonna do it. He's gonna kill him. He can't have him do this. Gonna do what? Where is he? And I'm just going crazy. Like my mind is bonkers right now. I'm remembering everything, remembering Ion torturing me. I'm remembering my mind getting wiped many times. I'm remembering it all.
Oh yeah, it hit you with such a force that when you were reading the note outside, like you were bleeding from like the eyes and nose. Like that's how intense this was.
I'm sorry, Sync, we don't have time. If we go back,
we will kill Ion.
Yeah.
That's a fact. I'm sorry about your brother.
You don't get it. He's the only one I had. He took it. Ion wasn't the one that took care of me. It was Killian. You don't get it. He He was my real family. I can't let him die. I can't do it. They're not gonna. Don't you get it?
Sink.
What are we gonna do? What? I can't just. I know.
Avenge him. That's what we can.
What's
do.
that?
Sink.
We can avenge him.
Sink. Look at me. I haven't always been the closest with all my family except for one person. If your brother Killian loves you like the way I think he loves you, he'd die for you. He did what he did. He wants you to live. He loves you like a brother. The one thing he wants is for you to live. That's the most important thing. He would give his life for you to live. And he's done that because he fucking loves you. Don't throw this away. Don't throw what Killian's done for you away. Come with us, Sink. Stay with us. Come on.
Help us kill that monster.
We're going back right after.
Yeah, we're going back right after.
We're
Yep,
going
right
back
after.
right after. I'm not gonna wait.
We're not gonna.
I'm going.
No.
We're going back
Yeah.
right after.
Okay. Okay, with haste, I feel really bad about these heads. I kind of like,
Yeah, now it kind of clicks to you like what?
yeah, no,
We're
I
just
know.
like, about this.
I kind of just take the heads. Guys, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Sink.
I'm so sorry.
I take the heads from him. I'm like, it's. And I throw him to the side.
Come on, Sink. Let's.
They just clunk off to the side. Echo.
Think trauma moment.
trauma.
Oh man. Oh my god. Oh god.
Jesus fucking Christ, that is badass.
That is amazing.
We interrupt this moment for a badass motherfucking picture.
Oh man, my eyes are all nice and blue, like ice. That is now. Oh man, that is. What's that blade I'm holding? It's not. You had
That's a
mentioned
Dragonslayer.
That's the Dragonslayer.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That's canon.
It is now.
That's canon.
It is now.
That's exactly what the Dragonslayer looks like.
It's beautiful. Also, I am holding Sink as he sobs.
Leston
I
is
kind of
sort
look at the noggin, like embrace it.
Yeah, Leston sort of like knelt in front of like the two of you. Like Thernog is hugging Sink, and Leston just sort of like knelt in front, not sort of making physical contact, but just sort of kneeling there.
Yeah, I figured because he'd be crying so hard that we eventually are just like chilling on the ground as he just is like crying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm wailing. This is gonna take a minute. This would honestly take like Sink many
oh my
minutes,
gosh,
but
I don't know if I
really
have that
would.
long. No.
Oh, I don't know if I have that long.
My
So,
sympathy only goes for Stall. Okay.
For the sake of party, Sink kind of the sake of the story, Sink kind of gets up. He does not look at the heads. He has an idea of he wants to bury those bodies when he goes back, but he needs to go. He needs to go. He needs to kill Ion. He's done.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Leston is.
Before we
Yeah. Sorry.
before we move on, Scange is going to approach Sink. He's gonna go. He reaches into his bag and he takes out the card that he has. He's like, I don't even know what I want to use this for, so you can have it. And he gives you the card that you can ask any question to.
Oh.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh, Ganch. Oh man. What should I would I ask if I can save Killian Or would I ask where Ian exactly is so I can get there fast?
Or do you want to know if Killian's okay?
If he's not okay, if he is okay now, he's not going to be shortly. That's the deal. So if
That's
I
true.
move, so I guess the question I would ask,
Or is the question, how do I save Killian?
oh, man, no, Sync. Oh man, I'm sorry, guys. Sync would do that. I know we need to find Ion.
apologizing?
Guys, I asked the card. How do I asked the card. Tell me how to save my brother. Tell me how to save Killian.
As you do, the card, weirdly enough, unravels in your hand and falls upon the floor. You now see that the floor is black. You are standing on almost nothing. And you look around and you see that your friends are now gone. Your surroundings are replaced with a mist. The string of the card starts to slither off very quickly in one direction into the fog.
That's it?
Well, what do you do?
I follow the string.
You chase after it a bit, following its direction, only to be met by a small shack. Just a couple steps going up to it, simply out of place in this void. Looks as though there is a window. However, it seems like it's too dark to see inside of it. There's a door. There's a lantern beside the door that is lit and hanging from the overarching porch.
I go inside the cabin.
You walk up to the door.
Almost no regard for my own safety. I'm just walking up to the cabin.
And you find yourself in a slightly familiar place to the left of you, as this room seems to be bigger than it originally perceived. You see what looks to be a bed and a stove. Some shelves. You look a little bit more to the right. You see kind of like a box where someone might keep foodstuffs. The shelves are decorated with these weird items and boxes for tea. But you finish looking over to the right where the window is, and you see an old woman sitting at a table. One chair is pulled out for you on the opposite side. She seems to look past you with milky eyes. You see the card kind of slithers up to her, and as it is in string form, seems to find its place within her outfit, as it almost mimics a thread being pulled, but in reverse.
Wait a minute. Cool. Okay.
She looks at you. She goes, I did not expect you to be the one to ask, but the cards of fate are fickle. So please, Sync, sit down yet again at my table.
I knew it was her. Sweet. I sit down at the table and I ask her the same question. I need to know, how do I save my brother?
There are answers that you are not going to like. But I cannot be the one that has given you this answer. I think he should. And she looks behind you.
No way. I know what. Okay, so Sink just had an epiphany, and I kind of like turn around like that anime-ish, like where I'm breathing heavily, and I turn around to see who's behind me.
Who's behind you? Standing there, as if he's been there the whole time, is Killian.
I hate you. He's already dead.
He is in probably his best looking ceremonial gi. And he walks up to you, puts his hand on his shoulder, and he kind of squats down a bit to meet your level.
It's too late, isn't it?
He nods. By the time the crane reached you, brother, I knew, and Hayden knew. But by the time it did, I was already dead. But I need you in order to save me, to honor me. And I will be by your side. I need you to finish your mission. And I need this all to not be for naught.
I get up from the chair and just embrace him strongly. And,
He does hesitate for a moment, and you feel kind of like a little bit of wetness on the side of your face, and he embraces you back as if he's crying. And he just says, I'm glad, brother, that you've accepted my apology for everything that I've done to you. I'm sorry.
What you did was you gave me my life back.
But it was one that I took away. It was one that you could have done better with. I know that your heart is going to be heavy and absorb all this. But you must push through.
Man, I don't know what to say, Killian. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll complete the mission. I'll kill this man. I'll kill this man that did this to us. I'm so sorry for everything I've done. I just kind of hold on to him, and I just keep him close.
He kind of pulls away for a moment, and you notice that he looks at the old woman, kind of gives her a quizzical look, and she nods at him. You may not understand this right now, but you're part of something bigger. And there's two beings pulling the strings of fate. And you and all of your friends are connected to it right now.
Ion.
Help it be pulled in the right direction.
I get up from where I was sitting, and
he wipes away his tears. So the DM was actually crying.
So, well, I mean, I was whipping up some tears here. I kind of get up and I tell Killian that I won't let the threads of fate corrupt me again, as Ion did.
He nods at you.
Brother, do you need me to do anything for you in your stead?
No. I just need to know that my sacrifice was to give you back everything I could, and for you to live a better life afterwards.
Killian, your sacrifice wasn't in vain, I promise, I assure you. And I can already tell you that I have more people now that I can rely on. I am so sorry for everything that I have caused you, my friend, my brother. I will kill Ion. Rest assured.
He nods, and he looks back at the old lady. And the old lady just kind of gives him a slightly impatient look at this point. And he just looks back at you and just goes, I will be by your side, but our time here is wearing thin. Please rid the world of that evil.
And I give him a nod. I give him one last hug. And I tell the old lady, I'm ready to go.
Just step out the door the way you came in.
And I thank her. Thank you for letting me see him one last time, for being able to see my piece. And I start towards the door, obviously doing the whole typical. I go for the handle. I look back at Killian one more time and I give him a smile. I open it up and I walk through.
You walk through, and as you do, you are still in the moment that you held up the card and asked the question, as if nothing has passed from there except the card no longer exists in your hand. You guys see, as he lifts the card and he asks the question, it disappears. And sink.
You wasted
back in a
it.
moment.
Oh my gosh. You're supposed to order a milkshake. Where can I get a milkshake?
I'm a little bit better now. I'm not as crazy. I lean over at Scange, and I take, non-threatening, I take my sword, and I slice my hand open, and I allow him to take some of my blood.
Oh, delighted I do.
Take 1d4 damage.
Yeah, I figured. I look at the group. I stand up. I look at the group, and I give them a nod. Thanks, guys. I'm good.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I give you a smile. And I'm like, we got you, buddy.
I look over at the Naga and smile right back. I look at Leston, smile back. I look at Rennie, probably, I don't know, what's he doing with my blood? A passionate love affair with blood, I'm sure. And I'm ready to go.
I put my hand in the air and go, Team Green.
I gotta just nod and say, Team Green.
That's the dragon. That's the spirit. Let's go kill us that dragon.
All right. I'd like
That's the spice I made the bar.
to hang back towards the rear of the group as we start heading down. And I'd like to hang back near Skange. And as we start heading down, I'd like to say to Skange, that was a really thoughtful and empathetic thing you did for Sink there, giving him your card. Try and help him save his brother. You've come a long way, Skange.
From where? I mean, we have been walking a lot.
Of course.
You kill me.
I've got calluses between my toes.
Oh, how?
I'm starting to regret giving him that card, though, because I really wanted to know what was in that sandwich that day.
You look back, and there's just a little bit of fog rolling in, just an image of a sandwich slightly behind it. It goes away.
I don't think the
No.
Skange I met when,
That would have been great.
I don't think the Skange I met all those weeks ago would have done that. And well, I want to reward you for thinking of Sync like that. And I give Skange the Helm of Comprehending Languages.
Oh wow!
I want to give him that. Yeah, I want to give him the Helm of Comprehending Languages.
Yeah, I don't see why he can't wear
Skange
it.
helmet.
Yeah. So you can.
Skange, you put on the helmet and your dyslexia goes away.
Yeah. You can,
Can you read now?
He's an entirely different character now.
he can,
He suddenly.
Let's him give him the ability to read.
He can understand the literal meaning of every written and spoken language. Yeah.
You're giving me your sweaty helmet. What is?
I give him a sweaty helmet.
I can't even fit my hat inside of this thing.
It does.
No,
It
now-
does size to you.
He puts it on though, and then is there writing anywhere around here? Visible?
Yeah, there's a lot of writing around for the winter god. We give these sacrifices, and you see a bowl. There's a lot of things around. Just basically a lot of old scratched up text.
He points at the writing on a pillar or something. He's like, wait, what?
What are you doing?
They say, how come that I look at these, okay, and then I can think of something when I look at them.
Oh, that's what the helmet does. It allows you to comprehend languages. I don't know. I just thought, I know maybe you could make use of it more than I could.
This Gange becomes super intelligent and now has the accent of Olaf because he's still smart.
No, that's just a
Oh,
gradual
dear.
thing. He just gradually, randomly gets an English accent, some random words, and it's because he's gradually getting smarter.
Hello.
No, he's
My
his
name
Olaf.
is Skange, and welcome to Masterpiece Theatre.
My name is Skange. Welcome.
I can focus now.
It's been many years since my adventures.
Oh.
I've had some people try to
Don't
offer me
ignore.
trash, but that's beneath me now. I only eat 5-star garbage.
Succulent Chinese meal?
Succulent Chinese meal.
Oh my goodness.
I have the occasional toenail every now and again.
Anyway,
But that's only when I am weak.
That's only when I'm
To the old ways.
I'll just delete this from my character sheet.
I should probably add it to mine before I
Yeah,
forget.
add the helm of is it comprehend language?
Helm of
Yeah.
I think it's Helm of Comprehending Languages, one or the other. You should find it in the
Yeah.
information tab.
I only wish it was slightly larger and didn't conform to your head. So it's like you're constantly having to push it up over your eyes.
I mean, we're the same size, but I mean, I think most people have the same head size anyway. So
My husband has a huge head, so
Yes, he does.
I actually do have a large head compared to a lot of people. So, like, yeah.
Josh has a big head too, Aaron. Like,
Oh yeah, of
huge
course.
head.
It used to be a
Got a lot
problem
of
when I
big
was a
head
kid.
people.
Like when I was a kid, I actually had a problem because we have school uniforms in Australia. It used to actually be really annoying actually trying to get like a school hat that fit me because like they'd have like,
jeez.
kid-sized hats, and it just like it was actually really hard getting a school hat that fit because I had like a big head.
Like, does this
and
come in the
adult
man size?
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it doesn't come in
Adult male.
in an adult male size.
There are only 7.
Yeah, I know.
I said what I said. I said what I said.
Anyway.
Skenge goes, well, looks like I have a less chance of dying horribly in combat, idiot. He like starts walking away. He goes,
You bump into like a wall, and then you reorient yourself.
The glass sliding door in front of us. Oh,
That's
Let me
A
just-
low-hanging branch somewhere.
and he stops looking. He's like, I guess you're not the idiotest of idiots, though. So.
Leston doesn't respond. She just sort of like straightens out her helmet hair over her bandana and just sort of catches up with the rest of the party.
Let's go kill
So
some.
now we are searching for Ion, who I am going to kill because I do not like that man.
I was worried that we might have to do some kind of like altercation with you just now.
Loved it. It's like, oh no, I don't want to do this. I did try to convince Steven of that, but it was definitely best that we didn't for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I was telling him, I'm like, we gotta fight a
I
dragon.
tried.
And if Stink doesn't
I was
fight,
trying to
like,
set up with a continue of like sync, maybe an enemy, and then realizing that it's not.
No, I thought about that because if he like had actually killed innocent people, Leston's just like oath. That oath.
Yeah.
But like no, like
Right.
if he's not himself, then she's not stupid. She's not a stupid paladin.
Yeah, you know, not lawful
understands-
stupid.
She understands what mental illness
Not
is, and she
lawful
understands
stupid.
that he's under a curse.
Too bad your gun doesn't. Power's gone. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
That would be fucked up.
That would be
Power's
Some DMs are
gone.
like that. Some DMs are like that. No, you have to kill the mentally ill person because you're a paladin. Just like, fuck you. Don't tell me how to play a paladin.
You know, now that I read history books, kind of makes sense.
No
Yeah.
offense, but
That
now
makes
would be a terrible time for you to lose your powers. Just
I know.
saying. Just saying. But
I hate DMs who tell you how you have to play a paladin because they have a narrow idea of like, you have to play a paladin in one way. Like, no other class gets that but paladins. It's really shitty. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I mean clerics too.
But
Yeah.
you can be
And-
a different
and
type
warlocks.
Of cleric. You can be a different type of cleric and warlock compared to paladin though, because you can be a cleric of like a storm god, or you can be a cleric of like a trickster god.
I mean, you could also be like Oathbreaker, Paladin. You know, like
Yeah, but that's less common than all the different cleric
Yeah.
domains. Anyway, moving on.
Aaron and I played in a campaign where our warlock lost his powers.
Sure
And we had to
did.
go
That's
freaking
true.
kill a dragon.
I will
Get
say-
it
Sure
back.
did.
Yeah, warlocks are very dependent. Like it is. You can. It's dependent on the relationship with the entity. So like some warlock entities are just like, yeah, like whatever. I'm not all that involved. Whereas some are like, you have to do this specific thing, or I'm taking your powers. Or
Right.
It's very dependent.
yeah. I'll be honest. It takes quite a bit for me to consider you losing your powers.
Right. Because I mean, why did they give you the powers in the first place? Like they have to have
Right.
a reason for it. Anyway. Didn't mean to sidetrack.
No. This is good stuff for people watching.
This is great.
You can,
Big
like-
fan.
Comment and stuff.
Let's.
Look, I did my part today. You guys gotta pick it up from here.
What? Hey, I had my sister come in the stream And she followed, so
Yeah.
I'm picking up the slack here.
I'm really appreciating all the followers. I'm not that far from reaching affiliate. With any luck, I might be able to reach 50 followers by my birthday, which is only about 50 days away, so... With any luck.
Hell yeah. Then I will subscribe with my free subscription.
Woo! And then you can see my subscribe, what you call it, the thing that pops up when you click
Animation.
animation.
The things.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that
Goblin
scans with the
sandwich.
helmet.
Yeah.
Oh man, the goblin sandwich thing came out. I was like, what is he talking about?
I know. I'm like, wasn't as bad as Tinge. Then I saw it. I was like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't laugh during this like super serious scene right now, but I can't.
Oh, that was on Scan. Where to go, buddy?
All right, well let me
All right, now where we go?
Yeah, let's do it.
let me reveal the bottom of the map.
Yeah, just tell us where to put our characters. We will do that shit.
Gotta go.
Just give me a moment, and I will do that.
With the lips of it.
Get out of here. That was a Thursday thing. Not doing that here. All right, so everybody, make your way
I
down.
think that means Thonaga and Sync should be a little bit ahead of us.
Should we
I
be
don't
like
even
slightly
know.
down those stairs right there?
Yeah, I think
So-
you're just a little bit ahead of us, just because I did say we were lagging back.
Yeah.
You guys see a couple things as you move down this icy staircase.
Who's you
DM
guys?
Alright.
not needing to trip you.
I don't even see my character.
You gotta bring him down. Down.
No, as in like he's not on this. I think
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
but
He's
you haven't
not.
added
I think it was
yourself.
Just
removed.
drag him on.
Well, because you weren't here last week, so you need to drag
Yeah.
yourself on.
Drag
What?
and drop.
How do I do that?
Drop. Dragon.
Oh,
There you go. I did.
Dragon.
Dragon.
Dragon Ball Z. Oh, no. So you
Cha-
go to the little piece
chala.
of paper that
Well,
looks
yeah.
set up to see
Head
it.
That's. Oh!
Yeah,
I got.
yeah,
I
and
was
then
dragging
you
dropping the
grab
wrong
your
thing.
Yeah, see?
Hey, shut
I
up.
helped you this time.
Hey,
I'm
shut
so
up.
proud of myself.
No,
Hey, I only had to ask her to do that 5 times.
Literally, no one asked you.
This is table.
I
I
guess
feel
I'm
like
just
every
gonna-
time I play
Table
Starfinder,
bullying.
I'm like, you're so mean to me.
All right, here we go. Now I'm there.
Just cover up, Bleston.
Let's cover up Leston. All right, Scange, can we get you down there too?
Yep.
Mr. the Sketch,
Mr. the Skank.
please report
Wait.
to the
Oh,
bottom
I
of the
see. I
map.
see. Wait, is my token? Oh, there it is. It's hard to see because he's like a transparent background, so he's just kind of
He
like
does
blends in
have-
sometimes.
That's true. Skange can be hard to see.
I love that all of our drawings that we have up on our characters are super legit, and then we got this freaking stick figure thing for the Sketch. So funny.
It's the first drawing I ever did of him.
I know, it's hilarious.
That's the first drawing that Scange ever did.
Mr. the Sketch.
Mr. the Skank.
You should be behind Weston.
Fucking nice. Nice. I like how you look like a fucking Harry Potter fucking like a fucking flight leather helmet. Like one of those old school biplane ones.
Can we talk about his little tiny hands?
Oh man, this is the best. This is canon. Like I just love how the helmet nose just takes away the goblin-y face and just makes him look like a human, but he's not. And if you know that he's not, then you're like, yeah, no, I could see it. Fucking nerd.
4 eyes.
It just
You're gonna put your
magnifies
lightning bolt scar.
his big, beautiful eyes.
Right.
Oh man, this is so funny.
I'm still looking at that badass picture of fucking Sink walking in here with fucking heads.
Love it.
How can you care about that picture when this one is up?
Oh, this picture's fucking great.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, gotta minimize this before I just keep laughing. I can still hear Olaz in my head saying Frogger. So I just been laughing for like.
Do you have Frogger?
Ah, he said it again. I finally heard it. Alright. So you guys,
Everybody doesn't understand. Oh my goodness.
you
Alright, we are
guys
down the stairs.
walk down a staircase. It is very old and nice. Very, very old, covered in ice. You can hear rats as you guys walk down here, just kind of skitter away. Who doesn't have dark vision?
We all do.
Do we all have dark vision? I have
need
the
to double
best.
check.
Has almost mummified and preserved them. Maybe the cold. However, bones still protrude from some parts as flesh has fallen off or has been eaten.
When you
What do
said
you do?
barred door, all I thought of was, is this door about to like break out into song? But I'm like, oh wait, barred door. I go up
The door pulls out to loot and annoys the party. Then gets punched in the nose.
Didn't one of us get like a musical instrument?
Nope.
I thought somebody had a kazoo.
Nope.
No, wait, didn't we find like a instrument
Nope.
in the last dungeon?
Nope.
It's just my imagination.
It's just It's like anytime like a kid asks for a drum set is when the party asks for like an instrument. Nope.
No, it's in my.
Ask your
it's in my
mom.
thing. Nope.
I am like not sure we did,
Play it
but
at her house.
I didn't grab it, so.
The door isn't barred, or did you just
I just revealed that stuff. The door is barred though.
Okay. I was gonna say you just said the door barred.
Can I blast it?
Blast it? I would rather you didn't. Can I examine the door for traps?
Yeah.
What
Roll,
are you doing?
roll an investigation.
I would have much rather.
I'm gonna shake the door though while she's investigating it.
You shake the door and it rattles a bit. It echoes throughout the halls.
I got a 5, so I don't think I find anything.
Yeah, no, this is a pretty good door.
I take my
Alright.
pull of collapsing, and I.
You sound
launch
super
it-
far away.
Oh, sorry, I live.
He's
by-
down the hall.
Yeah, he just ran up the hall.
And I kind of like angle it so that when I expand it, it can kind of jolt into the door itself and see if I can get in that way. So then I
I could just pick up the bar. I just don't want to.
The pole of collapsing is really more for storage, not for like tensile strength.
Sure.
Like you
Doesn't
can
mean I can't
probably sack tap somebody with that, but like you can't like bust open something with that.
Wait, what does it do for
Hey.
storage?
What's the capital of?
Oh no, it's just it's a pole that it's either like 5 feet
Oh, I
long
see.
or
I see.
you squish it down to like a few inches.
10 feet.
Like the back scratcher
feet.
things, you know, they like.
Yeah. Or like the
I have used
videos of people on Wish.com that look like they're gonna kill themselves when it opens up.
Scanch tugs on Thernaja's cape and looks up at her and blinks his big, beautiful eyes. Yes.
This has more
Yeah.
meaning now.
Do you have like a book?
Oh, I do have a book. I actually have been holding on to one of your books.
Under my book. What? I had a book.
Yeah. Can I give him?
Scan turns to whatever that sound is and goes, shut up!
You go silent for a little while.
Do you remember that book you found in like the Nomergard place?
No.
Ah, well, I tricked you and took it. But now that you can read, here you go. I handed back his book.
What book was it?
Yo, I don't know, because in my inventory it just says book.
You really messed up with taking notes here. Like, this could have been a special moment.
Wait, it's like, I don't know, Book of Madness, Book of Darkness, Book of...
Wait. Let's see if it's in
Sands of the
party notes.
Necronomicon.
Or it's
It
some
might be
sort
in
of-
party notes.
Wasn't it some sort of magic book or something?
It is a magic book.
There was a wizard spell book with listed spells, but there was also a couple other dumb books listed there.
This is clearly the listed spell wizard book for sure.
No, because you guys definitely sold that for money.
Maybe.
Ah, okay. Back in May, the book it's a wizard spell book.
Ha!
Right, you have a wizard spell book.
And Scan has a wizard spell book.
Good luck reading that without any, I don't know.
It contains the wizard
spells.
Burning Hands, Detect Magic, Identify, Mage Hand, Magic Missile, Shield, and Sleep.
Scan is just going to readjust for the satisfaction of reading.
Here you go, buddy.
You open up the book to a random page and you start reading, but for some reason in your head it's just this like 1940s like instructional announcer guide. He's like, burning hands and you. Step 1, make sure you have a clear path to your enemies. Anytime any of your friends are in the way, they will get toasted. Step 2. It just goes on.
Super
Oh,
tank.
that's how that works.
It's like some old reel in the background going.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, so my
How do you
friends
like
do
that?
get hurt with that.
Yeah.
All right. I unbar the barred door.
You tried, but it's stuck.
Unbar the bard.
What?
You want-
Jack.
Can we
You wanna
like
try
go
real
over
hard?
that?
Jack,
was
can I try real hard?
Give me an athletics.
Yeah. Where is it? Aww.
You
Scan
try hard.
Yeah.
This is not Starfinder. Assisting gives you advantage, not +2.
Come on.
You guys try and pull, and maybe if you can coordinate it a little bit better, you might be able to get it. But right now, it's stuck.
All right, I coordinate with the Naga. And I'm throwing the strength check. Athletics. Coordination. Huh.
Do I have to roll again?
No.
Oh, dang.
He says that he's going to coordinate with you, and he slaps his gauntlets of ogre strength
Yep.
together, and he blows the dust off of them and the blood and viscera from the heads that he previously had. But it makes a good grip, and you grip the bars like, and you lift open the bars. They break off the walls, and you just like place them down. You look to your left, and there is a Sharon with green glowing hands and several figures with laser guns pointed at you.
My
Oh no!
No, that's like
Inside joke.
you. No, it's just what happened. Like 2 seconds ago on Starfighter.
Yeah.
You open it
I
up,
was like,
and
oh,
you
no.
see down the hallway. Well, a hallway.
Where's Lustin?
I'm
Where's Leston?
Leston.
I'm here behind you.
Let.
Hello?
Okay, as long as Leston's not gone or dead or anything.
All right.
So short we can't see her.
Do I see any traps ahead? Like, is there any noticeable things up ahead? Like, what are these little thingies on the side?
Probably
I'm sorry, I was
doors.
reading. What are you pinging? Oh,
These things
those
on the
things. Let me
wall.
take a look, because I think those are just like torch holders.
They are one-hit KO traps.
Those are like the little
The door things
yeah, the little door things that
cats like to play with.
yeah. We both had
While
the
I'm
exact
looking this
Door
up, yeah, Badger, how's your kitty cat doing?
Oh, my cat's good. Yeah,
Cool.
he was in here earlier, running around, knocking stuff over.
Does he get the Does he have the
Actually,
zoomies
yeah.
yet? Zoomies at 3 a.m.
Well, he doesn't run around in the
Zoomies
morning.
and
He's actually good at night, but he's constant zoomies during the day.
Ah,
My cat
Well,
gets
that's not
zoomies
bad.
when he's horny.
What?
What about horny now?
My
I really
cat,
gotta start
he-
doing zoomies when I'm horny because I
Yeah.
feel like that would help me lose weight.
What? What?
I'd knock over everything else though, but like, goddamn, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
My cat, he just has a special stuffed animal, and when he's
Yeah,
done
but
with
it would
it, he
be
gets
really
zoomies.
awkward
Yeah,
because we
those are
all
just
know why
torches.
you so thin and be like, oh, so you just run all the time.
That actually
I
reminds
am
me.
Oh, just
That
running
actually reminds
all
me
the time.
in the reverse of like one of the all-time great cricket sledges. So the cricket insults. So it was I can't remember who it was between, but I hear a dog. But it was like one of the famous cricket insults is hey, why are you so fat? And he responds, because every time I fuck your wife, she gives me a biscuit.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. But yeah, no, that's a good one.
One of the all-time great cricket insults.
I bet.
Eviscerated.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
All right, so you guys look down the hall. What do you do?
Oh my gosh, Steve, did I have to send you this meme that I just found?
Who's the tank in this group?
Me. No,
Me
wait,
and
Weston, I forgot.
Weston.
I got totally confused. I thought we were Thursday night. I was like,
This is a
But
group
actually-
that has no shortage of tanks.
But actually, speaking of, I think I'm actually going to cast, because I've given buffs to, I think, everyone else. I'm going to give a buff to Sync.
I saw that meme.
Shield
did
of,
you really?
I think I'm
Yeah, I think I'm gonna post it.
I'm gonna cast.
No, I saw somebody else post it.
I'm
What are
gonna
you casting?
Shield of Faith on Sync and give him +2 AC.
Gotta have faith.
Gotta have faith. So you've
Gotta have faith.
You've got +2 AC for an hour, or as long as I've got concentration.
Nice.
So is this a trap? Have we decided? Or is it just a wall?
It's just a wall.
Just a wall.
Um,
My dog just sneezed into my hand. Okay,
Yeah,
continue.
you guys got rid of the bars. You're good.
all right. So
Yeah, so
I'll
now
push
we're
it
looking
open.
down the wall.
So can we push it open, or what?
It's already it's now on the side of the wall as Sync took it and put it on the side. He ripped it off the wall and put it off to the side.
All right.
Puny wall.
Clearly, guys, we need to split up because there are 4 places and there are 4 of us.
Kitty cat.
Yeah, there's no other way.
That's obviously the only option here is
Clearly.
You walk forward. You see that there are door to your left, door to your right.
Do
The hallway goes.
we
down
still
further.
hear that croaking?
Yeah, it's coming from way further in.
We hear the grudge noise.
My sister used to make that noise when we share a room, and it freaked me out. I don't like scary movies. She'd always make me watch a couple of scenes, and I'd be like, "Wait, no, wait." Anyway, are we going down here?
Are you guys going through the wall?
I think so.
Is this a wall?
I mean, are you guys going through the door?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why
You're just
that's
telling me that
mislabeled
you don't-
on this. Yeah, so it seems as though are you trying the door handle?
Jiggle, jiggle.
If I can reach it.
it's
Yeah.
flat. You want to see it wiggle, wiggle. Too
Yeah.
bad.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you try the door. It's unlocked.
Yes. Good.
You open the door. You see in this room 7 unmade beds covered in dust fill the room. An old chest resides against the western wall.
Don't mind if I do.
As you walk in, a bucket of water falls on your head. Frank.
Jeez.
Oh no.
Frank!
It's a metal bucket and it like splits my skull open.
You have a helmet on.
All right, yeah.
Ooh.
I just
Splits the
laughed at
helmet open.
Protection.
It shatters one of the glasses lenses.
No. Oh man, that Simpsons joke of just that last brain cell left. He's like, I could read all these books, and then the glasses falls off his head.
Yeah.
The Twilight Zone.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Sink, are you back?
The
Just
scary.
kinda
What?
chilling on the stairs. You're not moving your person.
Yes, I am. You're not
No, you're
moving your
not.
person. You know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Sink, you need to reload. I see everybody else moving except for you. Oh, there you go. Now you're moving.
Oh, thanks.
See, I told you I moved him.
That's what I do when I forget to move my character like 3 times and then finally do at the end.
Like, oh, lad.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I was moving the entire time. It's literally something that happened. Guys, move on, please. We're
Yeah, we're
getting
moving on.
We're getting distracted, guys. Thank you.
You remember when you were the star of the show earlier today? Really losing us here. You remember when you were cool 5 minutes ago?
Remember when I was cool?
Can't believe I gave my magic card to you.
Lose a card, gain a helmet. I don't think that's a bad trade, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had no idea what I was going to do with that card. And I was like,
Totally even had that card.
I need scans to do something in this moment. And I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Character development.
I think it was great. It set me up for a whole emotional scene that I was not prepared for.
Yo, I thought you were the way you were doing that. I was like, he got.
That was all from the top of my fucking head. I had no idea that was going to happen.
Seemed prepared. That was masterful, man.
It was.
Thank you.
I was impressed.
Thank you for allowing me to bullshit.
That's
Please
is peak
continue to
DMing.
do so.
That is peak DMing. It's when you bullshit and it seems like you had it like planned the entire time. That is DMing.
The 3-page story beforehand, however, was prepared.
Oh, that was crap.
I mean,
That was horrible.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the prepared part?
Yeah.
I just left during that.
I just gotta stop preparing things. Is the thing. So you guys stand in this room. There's a chest over here. A couple empty closets. But there is a chest.
I think underneath it.
You look underneath the bed.
The chest.
You find that there's like a couple spiders hanging out in a nice web.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
You yoke them up and you eat them. In the meantime, Thurnaga opens up this chest, and it looks as though when you open this up, it is quite empty. Only scraps
Well, were we
of
really
robes
surprised with that?
reside in there. It
Robes?
seems as though maybe anything of value has been picked clean already.
We didn't even get a rupee. Okay.
Didn't even get a ruby. No.
Well, you know how like
rubies.
they have those big fancy chests, and then you're like, yeah. Oh, and here's
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I understand what you're
I'm
talking. You're
gonna give you a bloopy for that, actually.
Bloopy.
Yeah, you can't. It's not sponsored. You know, remember, we're on a live stream.
If that wasn't gonna happen, I was gonna. If we were not on a live stream, I would play the Shadow Temple music from Ocarina of Time at this point, and I would also have that like background noise just constantly go on, just that weird moaning sound.
I think we can technically play video game music on Twitch because it's a video game streaming service. It's more that Roll20 doesn't like you using music you don't have the rights for. So it's more Roll20 than Twitch that I'm worried about.
I could upload it to Roll20. I've
that's the
already
problem.
done that with a couple.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
that's the problem. It's more Roll20 doesn't like you using music you don't have the rights to than Twitch dislikes you using video game music.
Yeah, hey Roll20, I pay you a lot of money,
Yeah.
and I have over the last 3 years. You can go fuck off.
Right.
I'll pay you so much
No,
money.
what's this? Like a lab or something?
So you open up this door. That's not trapped, and if it was, then I guess I fucked myself over on that one. Ha 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 ha. You guys walk in, and you see that there are 4 stone tables beset with stone seats that seem to crowd this room. The walls are lined with bookshelves that hold dusty tomes covered in cobwebs.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Scanch takes a book.
Dusty Tome.
Scans can read them now.
This you don't need a perception check for. There is a skeleton in the middle of the room on the ground.
Bob, no!
It seems as though he has man, rip already. He just got his voice back, his life back, and yep.
That's how you know they're gonna kill him off once you get the whole backstory.
Yeah, once I complete your guys' backstory, it's fair game. You know.
What I'm gonna-
Right? But with that being said, you see that he seems to have been like there's still some cold old flesh on him. It's a little weird. And next to him, there is a kind of like a sack.
I look in the sack.
You step over the body and you look in the sack, and then your ankle is grabbed. No. No. You pull out the sack, and inside the sack there is a small ornate box.
I open the box. And inside that box is another box.
No, inside that box is a circular container. And
Is it
then
what?
inside that is Tupperware. No. So you see that inside the box, there is actually some nice cushioning. But kind of like jostled around, still cushioned, not undamaged, are 3 moonstones.
The moonstone.
Evolve
We can
my
evolve our
Eevee.
Pokemon, yeah.
I'm evolving my Eevee
No way.
at night.
That
just-
was hilarious.
This makes me go to the Vampire Diaries. I apologize.
If you
Actually,
guys want to roll
I
anything,
I think you'll find, actually, that Eevee doesn't evolve with a moonstone. You use a moonstone to evolve Nidoran and Jigglypuff. And sorry, I'll shut
no, I'm fine. I'm cool with it. Fucking Wigglytuff.
She'll
Alien.
use the moonstone so that we can create thank you cards.
Get the worth of these moonstones. If you guys want to roll a medicine check, you can take a look at the body. Otherwise, you guys can just leave this fucking room.
16. Check out these moonstones. I'm gonna do that.
You see that they are worth 50 gold each.
Lame.
Moonstone.
Lame in this edition. Tell that to a Pathfinder 2 player. Money means something again.
Right?
Oh, these guys risking
Hashtag
life and
loan
limb for
shark.
10 gold.
You said 52 gold each?
Nope. 50
Oh.
gold per moonstone. 3 moonstones.
They're
Oh.
mine.
Pick
Moonstone.
up the moon. Are you serious?
One of them is green with a gold band around it, and the other one's red in the shape of
With a yellow.
an oval with gold band on it. And then the other one has 3 blue dots
It's a ruby.
with gold around it.
In the name of the moon.
No.
I will
Cool.
punish you.
There's your ruby.
With our powers combined. I feel like
The room does have 2 exits that you didn't come through. A north exit and a west exit. Assuming that you checked through the east, that was the
I thought you said west.
Closet.
the east you already saw was just a closet that had nothing in it.
I'm gonna check through the north.
Okay.
yeah. Open that
The
door.
dirt to the earth.
To the north.
Dear
And a shout out to my Glass Cannon podcast fans that aren't here because I'm the only one that listens to a million podcasts at once. All right, so yeah, you open up this door, and where the worked stone is, you see that there is it kind of ends. It looks like a closet that was tunneled out, and within this tunnel, you can see this rocky stone on either side gives way to this flooring.
Was this tunnel hidden behind like a poster? Or anything?
Damn it, Dufresne.
I get the feeling that's
Actually,
Oh,
damn it,
wow.
Dufresne is something else.
yeah, I get the feeling we should have a look through here. I go through.
Ugh.
You
Probably.
walk through. The dirt starts to crunch underneath your boot steps. You hear water to the right as you see that there is a stilled black pool of stagnant, smelly water. To the west of this room, you see that there is an exit that has some slightly rocky outcroppings as to probably not allow easy passage.
The air
And I
is,
see it too.
the air is foul down here.
Yes, thanks.
Can I use Divine Sense?
Yeah, how far does Divine Sense go?
Pretty far, as long as it's not blocked by anything. Hold on, I'll throw it in chat. Beep. It's like 60 feet, I think. Yeah, 60 feet.
Open gaming license. 60 feet? But yeah, it doesn't like bend around corners or anything, right?
Yeah, it's not through solid objects, but like,
Right.
like so it should be like within this space, 60 feet within this space, and like through this, anything within like.
It's
line
you
of-
ray
get-
tracing.
You get a slice. You get a slight sense down here.
Yeah.
However, you don't exactly like locate anything. You just get that this place is an evil place.
I got bad vibes. Just
Can I take a little sippy?
don't.
Sippy of the water.
Maybe don't
Okay.
take a sippy of the water. I've got bad vibes.
A sippy.
Skench, do you choose to take a sip of the
No,
water?
I stop if she stops me.
How close to the water do you stop?
Pretty close, like dramatically close.
Okay, roll me a perception check.
It's the Kraken.
It's a critical fail.
Perfect.
Oh, my thing's not scrolling.
You fall in
Oh, no.
as you lose your footing. You
I jumped.
Splash.
in.
This is
around
more
for a
than a
little.
sippy.
So you jump in after him.
Yeah,
All right.
because he's like a child, basically.
I
Swim?
try and I get a rope out, which I think will take a minute, but I like try and get a rope ready to.
He's not that far in. It's actually not deep. Like it's deep for a small goblin, but like Thurnaga walks in and like
just
plucks
in
him up by the
case.
collar and walks him out.
I'll drag
Just
them
like a
to-
kid.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
in case. Just in case, I'm getting a rope ready.
Yeah. So you get this rope ready. Thurnaga, as you leave, something is tugging at your foot.
no.
That's why I got a
weird
rope ready.
water. Can I get enough to where I pull my foot out and see what it is?
You pull your foot out and
It's
you
tentacle.
see gross black seaweed wrapped around your foot.
I throw.
I take it off my.
I throw the rope to
Oh.
Thurnaga and give her like any assistance if she's having any trouble getting out.
You're like 2 steps from being out, by the way. You're like just your feet are in the water now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get out. Obviously, like ugh.
You walk out and you have Scange in one hand, a rope in the other. The
I just have him like under
seaweed.
my armpit, kind of thing. Like,
The seaweed continues to drag with you.
no, I said it took
Not
off my-
really. What was that?
I said it took it off my boot when I was in there. I was like, took it off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
drag.
then as you take it off your boot, you walk out and you put Scange down, and as you turn around, you see that there is something white sticking through the seaweed as well, kind of floating in the water, bobbing a little bit, but mixed up
Can
in
I
the seaweed.
roll an investigation on that?
Perception.
I was just gonna do the same thing.
I totally roll.
I'm also
perception
gonna do
for
that
bad
because
boy.
I'm like, what the heck?
I keep forgetting that I'm actually incredibly intelligent, so perception checks are.
You know,
Nice.
a smart person would remember.
There you go.
Right. You, Thernagi, you kind of look at it and you recognize the kind of off-white, covered in like blackish goo as like kind of like a part of a bone. But Sink, you kind of like look at it and you trace it back. And in the shallow pool, you can see it's not like really that shallow. It probably goes down like 20 feet or something. It's not like as deep as like a lake or something. But you see that there is like it seems as though the seaweed has disrupted something, and you see a couple more of these bones. But you see something slightly shine through the waves of this dark, brackish water.
I reach in and grab it.
Yeah, you actually gotta like go into the pool for that.
Gosh. Hey, Les, can I have the end of that rope?
Yeah, actually, I tie a little. I've actually got a bag of ball bearings, so to give it a little weight, I tie the bag of ball bearings onto the end so that you can sort of like fish with it and sort of like throw it past and like fish it back. And then
You ever throw a fishing line without lead weights? It's the worst.
I tie the other end of that to my rod, and
21.
I use the fishing pole.
Okay, that's even
I
better.
create a
didn't know
fishing
you
pole
had-
out of that bad boy.
I didn't know you had a fishing pole. Never mind.
I don't. I have that rod of collapsing, and now I created a fishing pole with your rope and my rod.
Nice.
With your rope,
You could
my rod.
try with this kind of janky setup, but I mean, assuming that she has a hempen rope, which is heavy, it's
That's
not going to
true.
be the easiest to wrangle around. And the fact that you don't have a sort of like spindle that you can reel, yeah, it's going to be a really hard situation. Like give me a nat 20 on like a dexterity check or something.
Give you a nat 20.
I'll accept if you've
why
got me a
not?
natural 19.
Oh, Dex.
Dexterity.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. Les.
You
How about a natural one?
you actually throw it out there and you do pretty good. And you like clip something and you try to pull it and you try to pull it and then you break your pole of collapsing.
Oh,
And
man.
the rope just falls onto the water with one end still in there and the other end of it like just waving
Damn.
around.
Man, I want you to know the pole of collapsing was my only magic item that wasn't a weapon. That's a bummer. Dang it.
That's a technological weapon.
Yeah, that's
I
how
know.
it works. That's how. Oh well, whatever. I mean, I'm gonna grab the other half of that pole, and I'm gonna try to see if I can mend it later on. Actually, if someone has mended it, that would totally work. But all right, I'm gonna grab the other half, and I'm just gonna jump on and grab it. I give the other half of the rope to Leston.
Yeah. All right. I hold on to the rope to pull Sink out as he waits.
Jump on it.
So you're wading in to try to retrieve this item?
Yep. And of course, again, I'm stressing the other half of the pole of collapsing.
You go into the pool, doing whatever it is you do, and you see that the rope is tangled up in between seaweed and rocks. It seems like it slipped in between two rocks, and as you pulled, you were trying to catch a boulder, and as any fisherman knows, you can't catch a boulder.
Of course.
And it just snapped the weakest point of this, which was not the rope that is used to lower anchors, but the pole of collapsing that's a hollow metal pole.
Okay.
You make your way in there, though, and next to these two rocks, you're kind of like holding your breath as you swim down a little bit and it clears. You're able to spy that there is half of a dwarven skeleton, short in stature. The legs are gone, probably the bones that you saw that were caught in the seaweed. You know, there is some more seaweed around you, but you're able to kind of navigate around it with a high perception check. You see that on the dwarf's head is a helmet. the helmet seems as though it is made of steel, but lined with adamantium with a weird symbol on it. If you want to roll Arcana, you can, or do anything else. I'll give that to you real quick.
Well, I mean, I'm just gonna grab. I'm thinking to myself that Leston just gave Scanja helmet, so she could probably use one. So, and she's a dwarf, so it's perfect. So I gotta just go down and just grab that helmet.
Yeah, I'm a gnome. You take
Yeah, the helmet is also the helmet is also why can't I fucking think of it right now? Okay, so pretty new looking for the bones. It looks very nice.
It's magical.
So you said that you're going to grab it?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
You
I
grab
say
it,
knowing that someone's gonna reach out and grab me.
you grab it, and you pick it up. And there's like a tense moment where you're like, is the skeleton going to do anything?
I
See, we
immediately
gonna do
pull
it.
on the rope.
And
I'm
you
like,
pull
"Hey."
on the rope,
Start raining.
and yeah, you just get out. You have a helmet now. That was in the
Oh, thank
water.
goodness. I got
It
the
looks
water.
really nice. It looks way better than you do right now. You're covered in like brackish, terrible water.
I go up to Leston. Leston, hey, I saw this down here, and it looks like it'd be a perfect fit for you.
That's okay, Sink. You can take it. Yeah, your pole broke.
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't think it'll fit on me. It's small. It fits a dwarf, right?
I'm
I don't think.
Initially, it fit a dwarf, but it looks a little bit bigger now that you pull it out of the water.
What?
Can we
Mhm.
try and identify what it is?
Do you guys have the identify spell on you right now?
No, I don't think any of us know how to identify things. But could we make an Arcana check?
You make an Arcana check. Yeah, I was saying that you could have made one underwater, but if you guys want to make one now, you can.
Yo, my rolls.
wanna die.
Nope.
You might want to have Aaron do this. He's the
Yeah,
smartest
We're
here.
dumb. We're dumb.
Yeah. Okay.
We're dumb.
All right. I got it.
That's why I specifically was like, Aaron, you want to make an Arcana check?
I
guess I'm
still
going with
want
Arcana.
to be
Exactly.
the dumb one.
So you look at this, and you obviously recognize that this is a magical helmet,
My
because
intelligence.
just the area should have been rusted. It should have been fucked up. But you kind of look it over, and then you realize that the icon is something that's a little unique and actually not found a lot in helmets. It's pretty cool. Let me see if we can just bring the magic up over here. Here we go. So it is the runic icon of adaption. It is a wondrous, uncommon item that requires attunement. Typically, it's a necklace, but it's actually built into the helmet. While you're wearing this, you can breathe normally in any environment. You have advantage on saving throws against harmful gases such as vapors and cloud kill. Such as cloud kill and sinking cloud, sorry. Inhaled poisons and breath weapons of some dragons. This is the helmet of adaption.
That's really
I tell Leston what it is, and I offer again. Leston, do you want that? I'm offering it again.
I look at Les and I go, look, one of you gotta wear it.
Sink, you should have this. I already have kind of protection.
Okay.
My faith gives me a lot of protection against,
Gotta have faith.
Actually, that's a good.
if I need
That's a
saving.
good. That's a good thought.
The Lord
Does,
Jesus Christ
Does
protect me.
Does Thurnaga need something like this? I know that she is a cleric.
Sink, you're the one.
Also, it takes up an 2-minute slot, so watch out for that too.
Sink, you're the one.
It does
wielding
what?
How many are
the
there?
sword Of Dragonslaying, so you're the one who's going to be getting up close and personal with this sword of Dragonslaying. We need you.
Yeah.
If that breath weapon hits you and takes you out, we want you staying. So you should wear this helmet.
Right. I know I'm the healer. My job's to keep you up. But
Yeah.
while you're up, you need to be protected, and that definitely has to be worn by you.
Yeah, we want you
Okay.
to be protected against the breath weapon.
All right, I am.
'Cause we know you're gonna
fine
be
with
all
that.
in.
I am. Well, I'm all over him. I'm over him.
Some breath weapons.
Well,
He,
hopefully.
Some
yeah, he did say
breath
some.
weapon.
He knows what
That's
that
true.
means.
We don't know, but hopefully. We can't assume that it's not this one. We'll be really stupid if it is.
Right.
I don't know who's eating what.
What are you
but
eating?
Man, it's down good. Holy
That's
crap!
me.
I want it. What is it? I want it. I don't
Eating
even know what it
pizza.
is. No, that's too crunchy and delicious. for
I
me.
know.
It's that crunch though. Every time, oh yeah. Every time I hear it, it's like.
It was veggie chips.
Are you
Veggie
eating veggie chips?
Those are
No, that
not
sounds
as
Spicy
disgusting.
veggie chips.
Yeah.
That sounds gross, then.
Yeah, I don't find
like
that
veggie
that does not equate to the delicious crunch that you're experiencing.
I don't know.
I can take a
chips.
picture
You
of it.
told me.
Some of them are nice.
All right,
All right.
I will. How long does it take for me to spend time to atone?
2 minutes.
And how many
Whoa.
Attunements I do right away. But when you try to give them to anybody else,
It's a
it
short
becomes a time issue.
Yeah.
Takes longer, yeah. So how many attuned weapons can I have or items?
You can have attuned items equal to your proficiency modifier in my games.
Yeah. So 3 right
Proficiency,
now.
So
so I
three.
can have 3. Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Listen. All right.
Okay.
Unless you're an artificer, then you get more because artificers get more as they level up. That's just
Right,
their
right,
thing.
right.
That's just how they do.
They do. They're an item
Oh.
using class.
Right? I am like,
Oh,
I'm also like 2 steps away from just being like, do you have the open slot? I don't care if it's attunement. Slap it up.
Right.
But I'm not there yet.
no.
Still
All
thinking
right,
that one
shall
out. 5e doesn't have enough power gaming for that.
These are just like rocks here.
There's stalactites and stalactites. So a small creature can get through there, no problem.
Stalactites,
However,
stalactites.
This is where I sense
Um,
bad, right?
you kind of sense it all around you as if this place was created by evil.
Okay.
Mm.
Evil!
Evil.
Every
If
bone is lemons.
I'm able to get through, I'll have a look this way.
You are able to get through without difficulty. Anybody else is going to have to tell me how they squeeze between rocks and hard places.
All right.
I'm.
Crawl.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
can't.
I
Yeah,
can't.
scan.
I suck it in.
I will also
I mean-
if I can, bring my
Can I like weave
dog
in and
with
out?
me.
Give me a athletics check as you try to squeeze through.
I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bruno can be all.
I assume that the dog
Athletics,
is
you
kind
said?
of going with you at all times.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the dogs go with you at all times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it there.
Scan tries to through Naga. We like grabs her by the hair to pull her, and it's fucking awful.
My
So-
knowledge is always with me unless otherwise stated.
Yeah, that's what I
He
assumed.
notices that I like that too much, so he lets go.
He's like,
They're not
Okay,
gonna
I
like
cannot
and-
follow that up with the joke I wanted to, so I'm
Please
just
don't
gonna
follow
move
that
on.
one up.
Nope. Nope.
This has opened up a feeling for the
Nope.
Naga for Scange, which no one ever expected.
For Naga and Scange? Are we
My
gonna
body-
do?
Unlikely.
Oh,
We're gonna ship it? Scange
Unlikely.
Naga?
Scange Naga.
So you
No, it has to
see
be sang.
as you enter this cavern,
Scange.
it is
All right.
strewn with bones that are
Oh,
scattered. Looking past, you see that there is a small cavern filled with fluffy green mushrooms.
Team
I
Green.
look at Scange instantly, and I kind of like shake my head. Don't do it.
Are these reminiscent of the ones in Nomengard?
Alright, baby.
Give
was
me
just
a
gonna
give me
ask
a
that.
slightly easier history check.
I mean, I'm not very smart, but
I was
will
thinking
try.
the same thing.
I'll roll a history check.
I don't think I paid much attention when we were in Nomengard to the mushrooms, but okay. Apparently I was.
Yeah.
Apparently I was.
No, they are not.
Good to know.
They're
Um,
not.
yeah, they just look like large green mushrooms.
Cool.
Anything else in here? I'm over here. Just...
A lot of bones. No, like the other room kind of had like that treasure in the pool. If you
Are
roll
they
the
all
perception check.
looking like
No, that kind of just scattered around.
dwarf bones? Or are they like different types of people's bones?
Roll a medical check, maybe medicine check.
16?
So you see many different types of bones. You see gnome bones, dwarf bones, orc bones, human
No,
bones, elven bones. There's a goblin bone, just one of them, singular goblin bone,
They're hot. They
lopped off
only
his
have
arm.
one bone.
It's the only bone they have.
Right.
The
Um,
bone's connected to the gnome bone.
So that's what you see around here.
I kind of look at Leston and I'm like, what is killing all of these things down here?
While you roll that, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw because I just looked at where you were.
Poison.
Got too close to the mushrooms.
14.
Yeah, you're also just outside of my range to get the bonus because you have to be within 5 feet to get it.
So what'd you get?
I'm actually right here.
You got 14.
At 13.
Oh.
I mean 14.
Oh.
I mean a 20.
So you start coughing terribly, and as you start coughing, you feel a little bit of rumble as don't move your guys closer to each other. You guys are apart. You guys, you start seeing behind her the ground starts engulfing her feet, but she's too enthralled in this coughing. And with that being said,
She's becoming a mushroom.
she gets engulfed by these moving mushrooms that create a mound. And
my god.
I'm gonna roll an attack, and then we're gonna get into some initiative. So everybody do
Nice.
some
Alright.
do some
I
initiative.
forgot we fight in this
You know
game.
what? You know what?
Yeah.
I don't think are fun guys.
Our friends.
Oh my god.
Mushrooms are not
Me and Rennie over here. Hey, listen, good.
Don't want to fight.
I've been rolling great.
I'm glad personally, Scanch, that we got rid of our nat ones
Wait.
now
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
initiative. That's,
Is that
if you're
is
gonna
that
get rid of
really
a nat
two-
one,
Is that really two nat ones in a row for both of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jesus.
Get rid
We
of
should
the
go roll-
naps when we fight big guys. It's only
we
naps.
absolutely should not go play the lottery right now.
Or maybe you
All right, so Topsies, who's got the highest
Me.
initiative here?
Fernaga.
I do 20.
Okay, what'd you get?
20. Not
Soft?
that 20. Yeah.
Class of 20?
Ugh, hate that.
I forget about that until Seth reminds me, and I'm like, yeah, I introduced that to everybody. I'm terrible.
I don't know
Okay,
why
so
it bothers
they're
you.
Naga. Oh no, it rightfully bothers people. It should. I'm seeing that Leston
not
has a
okay.
17.
That's correct.
Yes.
And then we got double nat ones over here.
Oof.
Jeez, I'm really letting the side down.
They just kind of look at what's happening and they go, I really don't want
This one
it.
out. We'll wait and see what happens. See if we gotta get involved.
I mean,
You
it's-
look
it's
like you got
mushrooms.
it. You got it.
It's mushrooms, guys.
Hey,
All right. So with that being said,
up with
we are going to start out with Thernaga. Thernaga, you are engulfed. I'm going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage right now.
14.
14.
You take a look at this. Take a look at this motherfucker over here.
Take a look at me.
Take a look at this.
Just
Yeah.
take a
Yeah, you
look
guys are
at
lucky.
this.
Yep, you just pass.
Ooh.
Okay.
Which means,
Nothing.
let's see.
It means nothing.
Which means nothing.
Oh, really?
So it's your turn. You are grappled and restrained right now.
Ah, grappled and restrained.
You do an athletics or acrobatics check to attempt to get out of it. This will be an action.
Yeah, I was gonna attempt to do a spell, but if I'm restrained and stuff, I can't really do that. All right, athletics it out. And 19.
All right, let me just look up the condition poisoned. I don't believe that you get disadvantage on this. I believe it's just attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, attack rolls and ability checks. So that's disadvantage. So that's a 10. This thing is going to roll.
Seriously?
Contested. And
can I use an inspiration?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I like take one down before I. Okay. Come on.
So as I was saying, you passed because you rolled really low.
Yeah. Woo.
So you like move and squish yourself out of here. That is your action. You're covered in these spores right now, right next to it. So you're right here. What are you doing?
That's my action. So I can't attack.
That was your action.
Right.
You can still move. Okay. However, you are within its reach right now.
Okay.
So if you move, I know that there's no lines on here, but attack of opportunity can happen.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'm just gonna back up a little and be all like, yo, careful of that.
Alright, who forgot to let out the cat?
I'm making really bad sound effects today. That's what I'm doing. Okay.
Listen up.
Does a 22 hit?
Who?
You?
What do you mean?
You moved out of its attack range. You get attack of opportunity. I told you if you move,
that's
you get attack of opportunity.
He did say that. He said that right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got confused because my person's here, and I thought
22 hit.
like he's over here.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry. I got confused because he's over here. How is that like in his range?
17 slam damage because circles are weird when you get to corners.
17.
17 slam damage.
Big
as a
old
snake
right there.
reaches out to like slam on you as you get out of the way.
It's fine.
Is that your whole turn?
You do have a bonus action if there's anything you can do with
that.
I'm already annoyed.
All right, we're done with Ice Throne. You're facing this thing at Forest Temple. No, not into Forest Temple. So, with that being said, Leston, you are up.
Alrighty, I am indeed up.
Ooh, I can do Mushroom Forest. With Dungeon 2. Weird pull.
Dokily.
Why do you have a condition on you? Was that from the last battle?
No, that's concentration to remind myself I've got Shield of Faith.
Oh, okay.
So that I don't cast any concentration.
Gotta have faith.
Right, I'm going to move up here, and I'm going to expend as my action 5 points from my Lay on Hands pool to neutralize the poison affecting Fernaga, so she's no longer poisoned.
And none of that goes to healing, correct?
No, it's not healing, it's just neutralizing the poison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel less queasy.
Can you like put a circle around him so I can kind of see his range?
It's if the map was like I can probably get the map to the next layer unless they didn't put in lines. Let me see if I can put in lines. We put in purple lines maybe. Does that work? No, it's not updating. Is this map on the no, it's on that layer. Okay.
I think I'm gonna use...
Just so I'm not confused.
I think I'm gonna use my bonus action. I believe Sink will be up next because he has higher dex.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why my map lines aren't showing through.
I just wonder who I want to give, because I've got my bonus action where I can give advantage to a single attack on the next enemy. That's probably what I want to do. I don't think there's anything else I can really do with my bonus action that makes sense.
I have a feeling that maybe this isn't the whole layer here. No, it's back. Okay. What if I just delete this?
Oh gosh,
No. Okay,
Whoa.
you guys are.
Maybe don't do that.
we're in heaven. We died.
Maybe.
Undo. There we go.
Okay.
Okay. I was freaking out because my undo was not working.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give advantage to Sync's first attack because he's up next. And that's my
Okay.
bonus action. So I yell out some tactical advice to Sync. So
Opacity?
identifying its range and sort of telling him how to get in.
There we go. Got it.
Nice.
That only took forever. So this thing is now gonna go. And
Yeah, well, that's not a surprise.
yeah, exactly. You guys rolled natural one. And it's like, no, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. I didn't mess anything up. Didn't mess anything up. Back to the token layer.
I don't know where the.
All right, so this thing is going to move up here. And
No, that's not where he's moving.
yeah, no, you're right.
Shut up, Aaron.
I don't know why it sounds like there's whales in the background. So it actually moves over here. There we go. And we are going to send this to the front. And it is actually going to engulf our paladin. And then
He's on
It
top
can
of.
try
it
to.
sees an easy target, and it is going to yeah, it just engulfs you. You have to make the saving throw
Yeah, go ahead and try to.
at start of your turn. Yeah,
Okay.
shouldn't be too hard. This thing tries to attack the dog because it's small and it wants to eat it.
Okay, well, he's not gonna attack the dog. I use a reaction. I use my shield.
What does that do?
It's right here. Well, actually, I'm getting it right now. So it's right there.
I was about to say, I got like 30 different tabs open. Just give me the gist of it.
Well, you wait until it.
So
yeah.
I roll a d8. No, I
this
don't.
is damage.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so it has a hit first.
Emotional damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And
Also-
my question to you is, does an 11 hit?
Oh no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I
Bruno's
rolled terribly low.
didn't-
Sync, you're up.
All right. Well, I saw that he went for my boy and the best boy, so I'm gonna roll come over here. Oh, not with Frono.
Who just
Now we're.
And I'm gonna get advantage.
racked a gun?
Actually, I'm gonna have double advantage
Well, that's not a thing.
on both of my attacks.
But yeah, you have advantage on the
It
second.
means I can't miss.
That's definitely what that means.
Means I can't miss. So once with the warp blade,
Nice.
and that is going to come with my first free psionic dice strike. So that's going to be that plus a d8 plus other things plus another d6. So
All right.
that plus a
As
d8
you hit it, everybody make a
plus another.
saving throw.
Do I have to?
Constitution saving throw.
Do I have to
yes.
make it? Okay, so
Yes.
Thurnaga.
This is a separate one.
Okay, so Thurnaga and Furno have +4 because
Okay.
they're within 5 feet of me.
Oh. That so before I lose track, that's 24
Nope,
damage
no
for the first
Scange.
hit.
I'm sorry, my bad. Everybody but Scange.
Oh, good. Good.
Okay.
Is
Is
what
that
am I rolling right
including
now?
the
I think
plus
it's-
4, Leston?
Yes, it is, but I'm going to use a inspiration inspiration because I want to burn through my fucking inspirations at this point.
Sink, you need
Yeah.
to do this
Never
too.
mind.
So
I'm
does
gonna
the
use
I
dog.
don't- I don't know what I'm rolling.
Constitution saving throw.
Thank you. I got it.
What about your dog?
I was hoping you were gonna forget about that. Yeah, give me a second.
I was hoping
Yeah.
you'd forget.
So that was gonna be a +4 for. Oh man, Constitution. Oh, all right. He's got a chance here.
So
Sweet.
21. Nice.
That is my dog.
All right, so they're Naga,
Yep.
and let me just quickly take this off of our paladin here.
Yep.
You guys are
Oh,
poisoned
gosh.
again.
Yeah, let me tell
And this
you
thing
this.
does take the what'd you say that was 14,
24.
19, 24.
24 for the first
25?
hit. 24 for the first hit.
Okay. I mean, I counted 25, but I might be wrong with math.
Oh,
so
25?
I'll take off
Okay.
24.
Well, I'll take 25. Second hit is going to be with the Dragon Blade. So no plus D6 plus actually it's +2 to magic, so it's a D8 +4 +2 magic. So D8
Alright.
plus. Ooh, that was bad. And I am going to use another psionic dice. So it's going to be a D8 +6. And this one.
I just saw the toad picture with their Naga. And the only
Hi.
thing I can think of is the toad scream, because Lee is good at that. It always spikes the mic, but it's worth it.
So the
Apologies.
D8 +6. So that's 18 damage.
Crap.
Okay. I was like, where's your math, sir? Okay, so minus 18 to his health.
Yep, and I'm going to use a bonus action to do Action Surge.
Well, action surge is a free action. But also, before you continue forward,
Yeah, wait a minute.
I'm going to
I
need
might
you
not.
and your dog to make another Constitution saving throw. As
right.
you hit this again, and mushroom spores come out.
Fourth, that's what I was thinking, actually. That's the exact word.
You guys are already poisoned or fine. You can't be double
Yeah.
poisoned.
Yeah, it's fine.
By the end of this, you're gonna be covered in spores like a clicker. Just absolutely terrible.
14?
Gonna go
Oh,
back
wait,
to the
no,
water.
plus Bernaga's +4, so that's 18.
My +4 now.
What about your dog?
And then Inferno.
Mhm.
It's gonna be. I wanted something crunchy. Yeah, because I heard Steven, so I mean something crunchy.
Oh no, oh, you're eating something crunchy. I was about to say, I'm not eating anything anymore.
That's 21.
All right, you guys are fine.
So now, Action Surge, and attack again
Nice.
with Warp Blade.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
That
D8.
is definitely a hit. Is that the damage, or are you adding anything?
I'm still adding the damage right now.
Holy shit, that is
So
4
that's
psionic
7.
dice so far.
That's no, it's only 3 because I get the first one free.
You got the first one free.
Yep.
Weird.
So I get, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 damage.
Let me redo the math over here. Just 'cause I
Yeah,
know that
please
you're
do.
not-
So that's 2,
Yeah, so-
that's 2 plus 6.
Yeah. All right,
I need to make that macro.
13, 21, 25. Yep. All right. This thing is. Yeah. As you hit it again, by the way, make the con save.
Yep.
You and your dog. Stupid dog, you're making me look bad.
Can I ask, is there anything where it's like once you recover from the poison, you can't be poisoned again?
I'll check.
Just to make sure that I don't have to like heal Thanagar again. Because sometimes there is something like that.
Whenever said creature is subject to damage, spores erupt from its body. When this happens, each creature within 5 feet of the said creature must make a DC number Constitution saving throw. On a failed saving throw, creature is poisoned for 1 hour, and it ends there. So there's no like I know what you were looking for there. It's not there, unfortunately.
I was just asking because some creatures have that, like once you've recovered
Yeah.
from poison, you can't be poisoned again.
And I mean, like, there are creatures that I may or may not run that have those features. But yeah, so so that is the. Are you attacking again or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you don't need to worry about your dog being poisoned anymore because your dog is poisoned.
Well, that was an 11.
Your dog's poisoned.
So what if he was using dodge as a bonus action? Because I can do that with him.
Dodge doesn't help with.
Okay. That's what I was asking. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
The Constitution saving throws.
Yeah, unfortunately. Alright, is it Skane? She's got. Oh no, Ferno has a go. And I think you've got another attack. Still.
I do. Seeing that Ferno is poisoned, I'm going to use. Well, I have another attack, right? So. Is that elemental damage by any chance?
No, it's poisoned effect, is what it is. Yep.
I'm going to have Ferno.
You're not doing any elemental damage, are you?
I'm not going to in a second. I'm going to in a second. Ferno is going to come over here, disengage.
Well, you got to finish your round before he finishes his round.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. So I guess, because I did do that. I will attack again.
I mean, he can't be super poisoned, just like the other two.
I guess he can't be super poisoned.
No.
But I wonder. But I'm still not poisoned, so I'm curious as to how. Dragon Blade or Dragonslayer Blade. Who?
Dragon Ball Slayer Blade. No, that hits.
I'm not going to use another Psionic dice.
Okay.
So just a flat 7.
This thing is now bloodied. I need you to make a saving throw. Constitution again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
12?
Yep, 12.
Okay. You are poisoned.
Ugh.
I always give it a second because you guys are trying to burn through your inspiration points, so I want to be respectful of that. So yeah, you are now poisoned. The last one just got like you're just flurrying through these.
I forgot about that. I will use an inspiration.
Now that I said that, you have failed the save. You are not qualified to make the inspiration check.
All right, I understand.
All good. Alrighty. So yeah, now it's Frodo's turn.
Bruno is going to. He is going to. He's going to disengage. Pew! And that's Bruno's turn. I think he'll use a firebolt on this thing.
Disengage is action or bonus action?
I can use dodge as a bonus action. Does that work?
Well, are you dodging or are you disengaging? Because firebolt is an action.
I see. I'm going to disengage.
Okay, so that is your action.
All right. Then that's all I'm going to do then.
Alrighty. All right, so now we go to the Scange.
Scange's quote-unquote big blast.
Scange's big blast.
Big bang attack.
So that was 2 of them, correct?
Yeah.
All right, and you said that is force damage?
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Now, I believe that regardless of size, you are able to move the creature 10 feet. Are you doing that?
Yeah. Right into the wall.
All right.
Twice.
So yeah, it will move this way. Unfortunately, our no moves with it. It does have the caveat that when it engulfs a creature, it takes a creature with it. So it will hit the wall. And the second one, I'll give you the extra D6 damage for the hitting the wall really hard. So if you want to roll that up.
Oh, did it not? Oh, the D6, right.
Yeah, D6.
5.
Nice.
Okay, so that is 23. The action economy is on your side. Oops. I put that on the wrong token. Leston now has negative 23 health. Yeah, so this thing's like... But we're going to go... you doing anything else, Mr. Scange?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
so we're going to go back up to Thernaga.
Yay, me! Well, obviously, I feel like I need to pop one of my bubbles. Not that one. Boop. The one with temporary hit points. So, I'm doing that, and then I'm going to cast... Is it this one that I want to cast? Yes. Guiding bolt onto it.
So that's an attack.
Yeah. So my first thing is channel divinity, so it's not an actual
Right.
attack.
Well, it's an action, though.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
As an action, you present your holy symbol in a sphere emanating from
Never
you.
mind. I'm gonna bonus action Shield of Faith then.
Yeah, that's
on
kosher.
myself. So I get
How big is that sphere? 30 feet, right?
Yeah. Yep. 30
Okay.
feet.
We're going to give you...
I don't know why I keep thinking that channel divinity and like attacking or spells or anything like that is like completely different.
All right, and who are you Shield of Faithing?
Myself.
Okay. I'm going to put a little marker on you. And as I remember it, Stink is also Shield of Faith from Leston,
That's
correct?
correct.
Okay, I'm going to put that little symbol on you as well, lest
Remember,
we forget.
they also have disadvantage.
Well, it's not their turn yet.
Oh.
But Leston is up. Leston, starting your turn, because this thing kind of just
Did I take
absorbed over you. Not yet. This is what we're going to get to. So, to avoid damage and, let's see, you're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right. With disadvantage.
It's a saving throw. I don't think that's affected by poison.
Okay.
Let's see, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, so
Okay,
it's
so
just
no.
regular.
Yeah, 22.
No. All right, so you do not take the crushing damage of. However, you are still blinded and restrained and unable to breathe.
All right. Am I able to either? What actions am I able to take in this engulfed state?
So let me just take a look at restrained. So you can attack at disadvantage, or you can take an action to get out of it, and that's going to be a contested athletics check with this thing, or acrobatics. Your choice as the defender, but it has to do athletics.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to escape using athletics.
Okay, so I am going to roll athletics as well.
I'm gonna use an.
And just remember, this is where the disadvantage comes in too.
Yeah, I know. I am.
And
Gonna,
yes.
I am gonna burn an inspiration though.
Mhm.
I'm gonna hope that I can do better than that. I've got.
Mhm.
Gonna burn through all my inspirations. So yeah, so I improved. That's a 13.
A little bit better. Unfortunately, you just missed it.
Yeah. Okay. It was still worth a try.
Yeah. Yeah, and you didn't take damage, you know?
But bonus action is there anything I can do with a bonus action? Let's have a look. I can't speak, so I can't use my tactical thing.
Don't speak.
I mean, I technically could speak, but then I'd use up all the air that I have.
I believe you have a lot of air.
Yeah.
Typically, when you drown, like it takes minutes, and
But I would be using
let me
Like
just
10
see.
rounds of air.
I would be using up some of those rounds, though. Logically.
Let me just.
No. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna Misty Step out of my being engulfed. Fuck you.
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put myself over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, no, that is a good move.
It's a vocal spell, so my hands don't need to be
Yeah.
free. So.
Yeah, no, I saw that you are good as a play right there.
Oh yeah, I forgot I could do that. All right. So that's my action and bonus action. Yeah, I'll stand in front of the Skange.
Don't stand so close to Skange, he bites. All right, so it is now this thing's turn.
Have some temporary hit points.
Don't
Okay.
mind if it does.
I will take those.
This thing is going to, against its better judgment. Now, I
How many
Sync.
temporary hit points is that? Is that 10 because of your level?
Yeah, because, yeah, that's my level. Exactly.
Awesome.
Sync, you said this thing had disadvantage on attacking you? Why is that?
My cloak.
Oh, gotcha. So this is gonna be
My
really
AC
awkward.
My AC is now, I believe it's 19.
Yeah, because of shield phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is gonna be really awkward because this thing is
Okay.
going to roll over you, but Thurnaga is gonna be able to get her revenge if she wishes to use a reaction. She can take an attack of opportunity because it moved out of her space.
Yes, I can adjust attack with my regular.
Now, will this be because she's in flanking? This would be straight vantage. Cancel
Yes.
out the poison. Right.
Yep.
Hey, yeah.
Oof.
Mm.
Never mind.
What'd you get?
Can I do inspiration?
Yeah.
Can I use an inspiration?
She obviously knows a natural one.
Yeah.
What's your cape called again there, buddy? Forgot it.
Ooh, yeah.
There we go. A little.
Cloak. That's what it is. What'd you get for a roll? I'm looking at something else.
15. for
15
regular.
neats.
Yay! And then he gets 8.
All right. Just regular damage.
Bludgeoning.
All or nothing. All or nothing.
Okay, you splat like a smelly fungus mushroom, like right, withering a bit. However, it rolls over. It rolls over Sync, and unfortunately, since it engulfs you, you are now incapacitated.
Me?
Not incapacitated.
You didn't have to roll to hit me with that?
No, it engulfs. There's a trick to this, and I'll tell you afterwards.
I would like to state for the record, I don't think you would have done that if you did not know that I had the armor class of 19 and you had disadvantage.
You also did a lot of fucking damage to it, so it's gonna eat
Yeah,
you.
you did.
You did more than half of its health bar. It's
Yeah.
fucking gonna eat you. You are the biggest threat. So it engulfs you, and you are restrained. And part of the cloak of displacement, and luckily, what it does to you means that you are restrained, and restrained means that your cloak of displacement doesn't work until you are not restrained. So it's going to take an attack, and because you're restrained, at advantage. So I'm going to do that right now.
I don't think it's straight. I think it needs to hit me the first time though, but if that's not a hit, I still think it's disadvantage with the cloak.
It's not a hit; it just moves over you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a large creature. It acts like a slime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like an ooze mixed with like mushrooms, mixed with a lot of other shit. It's terrible. All right, so it goes to swing at you. The highest I rolled on the advantage was 25. I'm assuming that hits because you said that your armor class was 19.
Yeah. It's 18, by the way. I did the math wrong, but still.
Oh, that's fine. Why are you constantly doing math wrong? You're smarter than this. You take 13 damage.
Hey, at least I'm owning up to it.
What math have I done wrong that I didn't own up to?
No. I'm saying I could have just
okay.
stuck with the 19.
I was
Gotcha.
like,
Yeah, so you
person
take
ended
13 slam damage.
Gotcha.
body slam.
Slam.
This thing's turn is over. And that is going to leave Sync. And Sync, I'm actually going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw since you are starting inside this creature.
Yeah, there's no plus for it. I'm out of range.
So 16?
There is no plus.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
Yeah, I'm out of range. It's only a 5
Yeah.
foot range.
Okay. Inspiration.
You're my inspiration.
There you go.
There you go.
The inspiration helped you. Otherwise, you were going to take some bludgeoning damage. You are still restrained and unable to breathe and blind.
Jeez.
So with those conditions, you could try to athletics or acrobatics your way out if you wish. Unfortunately, you're poisoned, so those are going to be at disadvantage. Or if you want to attack at disadvantage, even though you're blinded, you do know where this thing is because it's all over you. So you can still attack at disadvantage if you wish.
I'm flying up with my broom attached to my back.
No, that's not how that works. Your broom can't pull you away from this.
I'm blinking out of here.
You could do that. How does your blink work?
Blink. I just get 1 blink a day. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I get 3 blinks because it's 3 charges with my weapon. So I still have to try to attack something, and I can still blink to my weapon.
Oh, wait, that's the one where you throw the weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't throw your weapon out of this. You're restrained.
I can't. Oh,
No.
okay. What else do I got?
If it was Misty Step like Leston did,
No, I don't have Misty Step.
Could he attempt to throw his weapon with disadvantage?
I mean, like that's just going to be yet again, like technically, like his way of getting out, quote unquote. You know what I mean? So it'd still be like athletics against this thing's athletics,
Oh,
but he would be at disadvantage.
True. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Right.
Different flavor, and honestly, you could probably go further. I mean, like, or at least if you blink out, you won't take an attack of opportunity because you won't be walking outside of its range. You'll be blinking outside of its range. So if you want to try that, you can, but it's still the same type of roll.
Right. I understand.
I'll give it that. But also, you're blinded, so you're gonna throw a sword in a room, and I'm gonna roll a d8 on where it goes, and if it hits your friends, it hits your friends.
I'm just gonna attack with disadvantage right now.
Okay.
I get 2 attacks, so
I
it doesn't really make much of a difference.
I don't know what its armor class is, but I would expect it's probably going to be easy to hit because it's big and slow. That would be my guess.
Well-
That is a wise deduction.
Yeah.
Let's see. And I don't have advantage. Well, I have disadvantage because I can't see. But I'm surrounded by this thing, so really, it's hard to miss. If I think about this logically,
it's big
if
and
this
slow.
thing isn't,
It's
Even-
hard to miss, but the thing is, like, it's hard for you to swing your arm through sludge. You know what I mean?
okay, that's fair.
It's like punching somebody underwater if that water was made out of poop.
Well, I got a nat 1.
You can use an inspiration if you have one.
Yeah, inspiration again.
But
Dang it. All right.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah, I mean, it's
just to get rid
inspiration.
of- just to get rid of the nat 1. Oh my god.
Oh. Roll. You know what? Do me a
Guys.
favor. Just roll one more d20, because if you get another nat 1, then you're in trouble, mister.
I mean, you got a 2.
All right, definitely.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Jeez.
Can you relax with the whole
So
Yeah, one.
Aaron?
that was your 2 attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have another inspiration to burn for your second attack?
I do, but I'm going to save it.
Okay. So unfortunately, yeah, you were trying to swing through it, but there's so much viscosity. Word of the day, used it twice already.
Yeah, you did.
There's so much viscosity that your arm just cannot like give enough like cutting motion. You're just slowly moving through it.
All right. Burno's
Yet
gonna use a
again, it
fireball on
takes
this
like
thing.
3 minutes to like drown, so I'm not worried about that. Yeah, Ferno can fireball. It will be at disadvantage because it's an attack and he's poisoned.
Yep.
That's fair. So I have to roll this twice.
Yep.
He has no advantage. He has no plus to that. So 14 and 15 and a 14.
Failure.
Failure.
All right.
That is it.
So, Scange.
The only non-poisoned one.
Scange, if you want to roll any checks
Was that your
against a
turn?
monster, like any knowledge checks, which I know you have a 0 in this category, but it would be Arcana if you're wondering to figure out what a monster is.
I actually have a 2 in Arcana.
Take 10 temporary.
It says
hit
plus
points.
0. You have no idea what this is. Unlike Pathfinder 2e, knowledge checks are free in this edition for like.
I don't know what it is, but it smells delicious.
It smells a little bit intriguing. It gives you that like umami flavor. That like
Mommy.
Good golly, Miss Moore.
that like poop after like Chinese food.
Think, are you like hurt?
This. Oh.
Am I hurt? No, not really.
So you're like good, right?
Yeah, pretty
I
sure.
see where this is going. Oh man.
I throw a Molotov at it.
I saw where this was going.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Are you talking about the fireball spell or what?
Alchemist fire that I have in my inventory.
Okay.
Do it.
That is going to hit both of you. So sure. What do I have to do to save?
Okay, he can absorb it.
I have no clue. I can look it up though.
Alchemist, yeah, Alchemist Fire. We can look it up. It's
I'll
right
look it up while we're doing. I assume it's some sort of.
Yeah, it's okay. I found it. It's just.
Oh, it's only 1d4 damage.
Okay. Okay. It takes on a hit. The target takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. A creature can.
Oh,
take
that's
this
actually
damage
not
by
bad.
using its action to make a DC 10 dexterity check to extinguish the flames. So you need to make a ranged attack against the creature object. So it's a dexterity attack. Treating it as an improvised weapon, so with no proficiency. So dex, no proficiency, on a hit, 1d4 fire damage at the start of each of its turns, and it has to extinguish the flames, which I'm not sure it can do, because it doesn't have...
I mean, technically, it can roll in on itself, but it takes an action, so you do take away its action economy.
I also don't
That's a
know
good
if
thing
it
about it.
knows how to do it. I guess that's up to the DM to decide if it's intelligent enough to know how to put out a fire.
Sure.
So I do a dex roll.
I mean, it's been rolling
A
around.
dex roll with no proficiency unless you're proficient
Yeah,
in
just straight
improvised
dex.
weapons. Unless you're proficient in improvised weapons, which I assume you're not.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think you have to take a fee for that bar tavern brawler.
Yeah,
For that.
some people might be, but I don't know who is. So straight dex, let's go.
Okay, so would this be my dex roll, but then like take off 2?
No, just straight dex.
Because I.
Just
Just straight dex. Just click on the dex button. All
Are you kidding me?
right, I need you to roll a d4. I'm gonna need everybody to pick a number from 1 through 4 before he
Yeah.
rolls this.
Well, I'm gonna roll a d4 to let the dice just. Okay, I picked 4.
Chrono can be 3. I'll be 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Scange is gonna be 1.
Yeah, I'll be 1.
All right, roll d4.
He was number 1.
Ooh.
Sorry for
So this is interesting. So he Molotovs Furno.
He has
Furno have
resistance
fire
to fire.
resistance?
Yes, he does.
All right, but it's resistance, not immunity, right?
Yes, it's. Let me confirm. Let me check the wording real quick.
In the meantime, could you roll a d4 to see if he takes 1 or 2 damage?
Sure. Fire immunity.
I just like try
Okay,
to
so
throw
it just-
and then, like,
it just-
smacks
yeah.
in the Inferno. He's like standing
Yeah,
next to me.
You gotta throw it, and you just like hold on to it for a little bit too long, and it like smashes down like underneath Furno, and Furno like looks down and licks it up.
So Scan just like he's like starting to deliver the speech. I'll save you. I'll save you, sake, and then like it just breaks in his hand. And falls off.
All right, so good thing I don't have to worry about that. I was like, man, if he rolls in that one, this is gonna be hilarious. A lot of nat ones right now. So that was scans. We're gonna go back up to Thernaga.
I think here's your temporary hit points. I mean, Scange. Sorry.
Oh.
12 temporary hit points.
6.
Wait.
12?
12.
Yes,
Oh.
because it adds
She doesn't
my-
add in the 6. Got to make a macro for that. Let people know.
It changes with every level, so might as.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it goes by my level. All right. Now, I will use.
Guiding bolt.
Oh, yes. If my thing will scroll down. Guiding bolt.
So you had to make a ranged attack on this.
Range
Oh, yeah.
spell attack.
Yep, ranged spell attack, but you are poisoned, so it's going to be at disadvantage.
So plus wisdom plus proficiency.
Yeah, my spell attack bonus is 5.
Nice.
So.
So 11.
Total of 16.
No.
Yeah, 11 plus 5, so 16.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Are you going to use
Oh,
inspiration or?
No. I'm gonna stick with that.
All right, you call my bluff. Yeah, that totally hits.
That's right. Yay.
Now that's radiant damage.
Yes.
All right.
Alright. 4d6. And it
All right,
so
all
the
right.
next attack against
Yep.
it gets advantage.
Exactly.
I'm going to put that on there. Boom, that's a good one. So it's 12 damage. All right, and this thing is emanating a glow. Are you doing anything else, Thornaga?
Nah.
All right. Paladin, you are up.
Alright,
Get
I
more.
step up. I
Great.
pull out
Nope.
my sword forge. I light that baby
Mhm.
up. I'm gonna.
Come on, baby.
You know what? I'm actually gonna drop my shield and attack with 2 hands. Because I can
Okay.
do that.
Oh.
So this is with regular vantage. I'm gonna
Mhm.
burn an inspiration. I'm gonna
And
burn
my
an inspiration. I've
inspiration.
burned so many inspirations in this fight, I don't give a shit.
I'm glad we're eating inspirations.
Jesus Christ. Does a 13
Mm.
hit?
Unfortunately, I miss.
Okay, but it's still glowing, I think, because I haven't hit it.
I believe that we are technically right. Wait a second. The next attack roll made against this target. So that was an attack roll. So it is. It doesn't need to be hit. It just needs to be attacked.
Okay, alright, so the glow fades. Never mind. I'm gonna burn the clockwork amulet, because I want to fucking hit this thing. So this will be a 17 to hit automatically.
17 does hit.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna add sword forge damage, and I'm gonna add a divine smite.
All right.
Get him.
There we go.
What up?
All right. So 11 is the slashing damage from this, correct?
Yes, and 15 is the radiant / fire damage, so it's both.
Now, why is it radiant fire?
Because the sword forge lights on fire, and divine smite is radiant.
How much of that is radiant and how much of that is fire?
I will tell you.
Yes, please.
1 of it is fire, and 14 of it is radiant.
Yep.
All right. And I only ask because if it was the opposite, you actually still would have killed it because you did so much damage. But it is resistant to fire. However, that doesn't matter because I want you to know how you kill this and pull sink outs of this bad mushroom trip.
Nice. Alright, yeah, so I just carve through it, like channeling, lighting it up with the flaming radiant blade of justice, dropping my shield and just carving through it with, godly fury.
Light it up, up, up. Yeah, you do,
Light
and
it
it
up.
just your sword is just glowing as you're going through this. It's burning through, not a lot, but you're still cutting through this, and you just take Sink and just pull him out, and he's covered in this smelly ichor. And with that being said, that thing is dead, and we are gonna call it here.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel like
Alrighty.
especially went by so fast. I don't feel like tired at all.
I I don't know how long the intro backstory was, but
It went
yeah,
for,
that probably took up a lot of time.
it depends where you count it cutting off, but like it kind of took up like the first. I'd say like getting to the NHA like was probably like the first hour, but geez, it was so good. Like I didn't care. Like it was so good by
Oh.
the time. I was so enthralled.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It was
Usually
like
by the
halfway
time
through,
you
I was
get-
like, "Is this too much?" I think this is too much. I don't know.
No, I thought it was great.
No.
I thought it was great.
Oh man. So like, how did you guys feel about that though? Like, I think y'all like out of game, y'all learned something. In game, you guys definitely learned some stuff, but not as much as out of game.
No, that
Right,
was-
right.
That was fucking amazing.
I thought it was
love-
great. It got me in the feels. I was like, oh.
I love sync story.
What part got you in the feels there, Thurnaga?
Kellyanne.
Yeah.
I'm
You-
the one
I'm like,
that killed her.
You sure it wasn't the part where that orc was arguing
I
with
know. Oh
Ion?
my gosh.
I'm the one that.
No, it was. I know you were, but like Thurnaga isn't 100% sure about that. But
By the time I was thinking of the second backgrounds for you guys, and I knew at that point what was going to happen to Bukasha, which was Thurnaga's mentor, the orc that was arguing. I knew that he was following leads. I knew it was going to link up to Sync eventually. But the thing is, I had to figure out like how Sync was going to kill because he was. So that way I can put on the emotional damage for you guys. But how it made sense that Sync clearly would have seen Thurnaga with this and not
Recognized.
not been able to like mention it. And I think about second story wise when I was like, Sync is a fucking killing machine, but he constantly gets mind wiped every time he figures it out.
Yeah, that makes so.
Poor
It's not every
He's
exactly,
he's
so
been
it's like-
gaslit. He's been gaslit.
yeah. Oh yeah, pure toxic manipulation.
And, yeah.
And that's why he doesn't remember killing Bukasha until now, which is like props for you like pointing out like to Thurnaga and then just like specifically having more of a breakdown when like she comes over.
And that makes
Hashtag
yeah,
acting.
It makes it did, and that makes too much sense as well with like how he's been, in so much denial about Ion, because it's not just like he's the only guy who took him in, but he's like literally been gaslit to not be able to think of him as anything other than good. Like he's not allowed to question him.
Every time,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Every time he did, he would get mind wiped. So he thought that Ion was do no evil, and in fact it was do all evil.
only evil.
Definitely the opposite.
Who would have guessed?
I'm the villain. But man, just fucking pulling out that card, ask a question, and then having to fucking. I was like, oh, I gotta run with this, and you're asking all these questions. I was like, because I had some sort of idea, because like I thought that at one point you're gonna be like, I gotta go back, and I was like, I really gotta like Qui-Gon Jinn, like you are meant to do this, like go for this.
I was so happy that happened. That was so good that he got
That was awesome.
closure. That was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's really what got me. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I think I found out this session that if you cry through an audio media, like if you have tears rolling down your face, it translates into emotion for everything else. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna cry a little while I do this. I'm doing it.
Aw.
It was great. It was great. I was letting it happen.
Dedication.
Right?
No, this was like my favorite flashback, definitely, and like it was so cool too, like because I didn't know like what was happening, and like I had a moment where it's just like, when Sync walked in, I totally wasn't expecting that, and it was just like there was a moment where as I said, like there was a moment where like Leston was like just reacting and just like, oh wow, like is there a moment where like Leston had that moment where it's just like, oh wow, like do I have to like follow
Oh,
my
this
oath
was it.
here? Yeah, do I have to like
Yeah,
follow
exactly.
my oath
Wow.
and take out Sync? Like I know he's not himself. I can see Duncan in this guy. I know he's under a curse. I don't want to do this. I know this isn't Sync. but what do I have to do? Like, there was that moment, and like, that
Yeah.
was, like, literally as that was going on, like, she was just thinking of like all those moments she and Sync have had together. Like, like that was the most tested she's felt as a paladin, seeing him walk in with
And
that.
and that was that was something that I definitely wanted to do. I wanted to, because like that unfortunately he has been the scrutiny of a lot of misconceptions, and now that you guys know the background, like thinking back about how you might have treated him due to his the way that he thinks about Ion, the way that he's trying to protect him, the way that like you guys kind of figured out a little bit about his past with like being an assassin. Like you didn't go too deep into it, but you figured out a little bit of it. And with that being said, like there was always some doubt. Like I think when you guys were leaving the you guys were leaving not the courtroom but the constable office, there was some doubt that was planted there that was like, maybe we have to kill this guy, and then like at that point it's only grown more and more awkward until this point, to the point where like you guys always had it in the back of your head and even have talked to each other about it. Leston and Thurnaga specifically. And then, this happens. And I didn't even think about the fact that like Leston is has gone through war. If there's anything she specializes, especially with Duncan, it's like PTSD that drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And that's really like, a big part of it. And that was huge.
She's like the one paladin who understands what mental illness is. Like if there's one
right.
with a vengeance paladin who won't immediately kill someone, it's Leston. But actually it's in a way it's almost kind of the opposite, because like for the longest time, like if there was like one party member like that Leston never once suspected as having an evil past, it was Sync. Like she never once suspected. Like if there's one dude in the party who she just thought was like the most innocent guy, it was Sync. So like when she like found out about his past, like she did not see that coming at all. Like even though I knew as a player, but like Leston didn't see that coming at all. Like that never like crossed her mind. she has
hell. Sync also believed that as well.
Yeah.
Everyone's his friend, man.
That's why she believed that about him. Like that's exactly why she believed that about him. Like she could not like comprehend that someone who had that mindset could have had that past.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why
Just thought he was weird.
Well,
Yeah.
From the beginning, I was like, this guy's a little strange. Not
And
like,
it's-
he's obviously a secret assassin killer. I'm just like, he's just weirdly optimistic.
I think
How far back have we really thought about that ball dropping though there, Aaron? Like I feel like maybe day one, like it was like, maybe like thrown out there, like just thrown, but there was no plans to do it.
Well, we tossed the idea around that they would actually have to fight me, but we didn't really know how that would work. But that was
We
like
would
a
kill you.
passing like. That was like a passing like, probably it'd be fun, but probably not the best idea. But we tossed that idea around. Probably my backstory, when I first told you about my backstory, we tossed that idea around.
Yeah.
A long time.
I mean, I
Long
would
time.
have fought you, but like, I don't hate you. Because, like, I don't know. I'm very like, no. When you play like D&D and stuff like that, you're playing as a team and together, and having to fight like another party member because like that's just the way the story went. I'm like, no.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I was definitely trying to like put it out there as like, like maybe there is some more. It was good, maybe this guy a little bit, but then like at the end, it's I'm glad that nothing catalytic has happened up until this point.
I think my answer to PvP is sometimes yes, if it's the right answer and if it's the right table.
Yeah.
Or, there might only be some times where if it's like, if someone really forces your hand, then, if there's some people who it's just like, you know what, if you're with like a party where you've got like that guy, where it's just what my character would do. Okay, well, my character would respond to that. But, you should always try and resolve things first, with words. But like, if someone doesn't give you a choice.
I've been in those parties.
Yeah, if someone
where
doesn't give you
always
a choice,
somebody is attacking somebody in the party, and usually it's for like the dumbest reasons ever. Like, no, I wanted that magic item. No, I'm gonna punch him in the face. Oh, now we're actually fighting, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well, yeah,
Like,
exactly.
no.
Exactly. Like if someone was like that, if someone was like that, like let's say that we were in a party with one of those guys where it's just like, I'm actually legitimately going to attack you over a magic item, Leston, Leston as a character would not allow that to happen. Leston wouldn't travel with someone who would attack someone over a magic item. That's an evil person. That's someone who her oath would compel her to treat that person as a criminal, you know. But other than that, like in like a good table, if you're like all on board with it, sometimes I think PvP can be the ultimate conclusion to a character story if everyone's on board with it. But
that's why I don't play with a lot of. That's why I don't play with a lot of random people. I mean, this group together, besides the two latest additions, which is Leah and Aaron because he didn't have internet forever, and Leah because this game introduced me to her, has been pretty much like handpicked over the years. Like these guys will do some really cool things, and Leah's kind of cool, so I guess it works out. So yeah, I mean, like with that being said, I'm glad that a catalytic event didn't happen and that we were able to fully get the story out. And I'm glad that you guys really, really liked it. I thought I was going a little bit overboard, but like, oh man! And then yet again, Scanch fucking handing over the card, and then me just like, all right, fuck it, back to the Aniche scene, the Strings of Fate.
Yeah, that was so.
And he's gonna appear behind him.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I know the right answer was quite literally "Where's Ion? Show me," but Sync wouldn't.
That wasn't.
No. This was the right question because at this, otherwise, Sync would be too distracted with trying to get back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And would probably make a lot of mistakes and put the party in danger. At least at this point, like he is goal oriented now.
Yeah. No, and
Fully.
There's not a single one of us like begrudges. Like we all want you to know what happened to your brother. Like every single one of us like wants us to know that answer. Like we want that.
And that's like one of those situations where people hate the whole but that's what my character would do, but like that doesn't hurt any of us.
No, but that's the correct.
This is the correct
time to play. This is what my character would do. Like there's there's like the correct, this is what my character would do, and this is the wrong, this is what my character would do. Like the correct, this is what my character would do is just like the wrong, this is what my character would do is when you've made like a bad character. Like the wrong, this is what my character would do is my character would attack someone over a magic item. Well, you've made the wrong character.
Yeah, that's so
D&D.
Dumb. Yeah. That's so dumb.
Being like, oh, I'm sorry. Skage would like ask this question. It's like, okay, then like ask the question. You're right. He would totally do that. So then go ahead and ask the question.
It is not the wrong. This is what my character would do to say my character fucking loves his brother and wants to know if my brother is alive. That's just role playing,
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's just
I like my hot take on this is people give "this is what my character would do" a bad name because I see you guys day in and day out or game in and game out do things that your character would actually do.
Yeah.
And it comes out phenomenal.
Yeah.
There's a lot of suspense, there's a lot of acting, there's a lot of like really good role play going on. And if you guys were literally just like playing as you guys play characters, like like you're just like, okay, I'm a player, I'm gonna move 5 feet this way and that's it, like that would be really boring, and that's not what this campaign is about. This campaign is about what you guys would do. The reason why I'm giving you guys such intricate backgrounds, sorry Scange, except for you had a two-parter, my bad, but the reason why I'm giving you guys such interesting backgrounds, and I mean like Scange also has a really strong personality, so it's not like we need to.
And we love Scange.
Exactly.
And we love that Scange is a gremlin because we trust Scange as a role player. Like, and we've said there are times like when Scange would make decisions that will backfire on us as the party because we know that that's like,
it's so funny.
Yeah, and I've even I remember there have been times where I've said like Scange just said, well, I think I would do this, even if it might have a negative consequence, and I've said go ahead and do that because I can get myself as a character out of this situation. That's fine. Like, I don't care. That's good. I don't have a problem with that. I know Rennie isn't maliciously trying to hurt my character because he's trying to win D&D. It's all good.
Exactly.
Maybe he is.
Yeah, everything's from like really early on has always been character motivated. Back when like Eve first summoned a skeleton and did like this 10-minute ritual that turned the living room upside down, and the paladin just like walked by trying not to see this happening, and Scan just hiding underneath the table to Sync, hearing about the flashback that you guys all had that he didn't, and storming into Phandalin and trying to figure out any lead that he can get about Ion. And just all these things, like this is all your character motivation. This is all what your character would do. And it has only enhanced the story like tenfold each time.
And it's like we get these interesting character dynamics too, where it's just like allowing each other to play our characters even in like situations where we have conflict. Like the fact that we can have like a paladin and a cleric in a party with a necromancer and having that interesting dynamic where it's just like, how do we vibe with that? Like what is a paladin cool with? And just be like, okay, like we can still work with a necromancer, but there were still times where it's just like,
right.
Don't fucking raise the bodies of guards who I fought alongside. Like that was a cool moment where we had like a character conflict, and that like changed.
Yeah, lines were drawn because of character motivation. Lines were drawn because you guys were not just like, oh hey, yeah, we could use another set of damage dice in this party. No, you guys were like, those were guards. Those were real people. It's not just a common riffraff that you find outside.
But then that changed how Eve saw Leston, because like Eve was like, oh, I think Leston fucking hates me, but that wasn't what Leston thought. Leston was just so caught up in her own trauma. Like she had no idea how Eve perceived her. She was just so caught up in her own trauma because of her backstory. Like it had nothing to do with Eve. It was just like it's her own trauma of fighting alongside people who have died. And of course most people would find that abhorrent, but but that just shaped their whole relationship. Things like that. It created all this interesting party dynamic where Eve thought like, everyone in the party hates her, but that's just because of her trauma of thinking everyone hates her because she's a necromancer. And
then you guys made the characters 3D by figuring out why Eve did what she did. Like you guys not only had those talks, but you were in her backstory.
Yeah, and
you are literally the reason why she is where she is.
And then it turns out that we're connected, and then we have that conversation where it's like Leston has that conversation with Eve, where it's just like you're an innocent person, and I'm sorry that I had any part in your backstory where your family were, captured. I don't think that you're responsible for the death of this person. You're just you were an innocent child. Like they had that conversation where I don't think Eve was expecting Leston to say that.
And I think we've done a pretty good job of not metagaming as well, because outside of our characters, we basically know everyone's backstory, but in character,
exactly.
We don't know all the details, so we're not oh, you're an assassin killer. It's you don't know that though. You don't know. So
it's been really funny because it's been actually quite funny because this whole time I've been playing it, that I know that Leston's traveling with a group where everyone except Thurnaga is a murderer, but Leston has no idea that she's traveling with a group of murderers. That's something I've known all along. Which has been really
I think
funny.
It's really funny that I'm also traveling with a group of murderers, because I'm city guard, and they were here's your group of people to go do this mission. Not gonna tell you that they're all criminals, but
And I mean, some of you guys started off as criminals, Scange and Eve, I think. Eve wasn't really a criminal, but she was bargaining for her family to be released upon exactly. And Scange was just locked up for banditry, and that was just his get out card.
Scange was a criminal at the start. He I think is fair to say.
Now to really break this down, Eve only accidentally killed somebody, and that was because she was doing a ritual to revive her bird, and she jumped in the circle. So that was an accident. We could write that off. Now let's move on over to Thurnaga. Thurnaga just bagged him and tagged him. She was a cop, so she's not a murderer. She was just doing her duty. Sink murdered a shit ton of fucking people, but hold on. Each time he did, he realized that he was doing the wrong thing, and then he was forcibly
mind wiped,
beat down and mind wiped, and then manipulated. So we can write those off too. There's no.
And I'll say this is also
can we though?
And Leston fundamentally actually has gone and like learned more about it. Like, this is also why Leston doesn't consider it inconsistent that she's traveling with people as she has learned more about their past.
Yeah.
Because because of her backstory, even though she is an Oath of Vengeance paladin, she doesn't consider herself a law enforcer. She considers herself someone who has sworn to stop evil, not people who have broken the law. So she actually does believe in second chances. If you are not evil right now, you are not her problem. If she has come to know you as a good person and a person who is trying to do good, she believes in second chances. So even with Skange, that's why like when she had the opportunity to ask Skange about his past under the Zone of Truth, she doesn't want to know what Skange did because as she has come to know
this
Skange,
is
I know. Like I know
this is definitely part of exactly.
I know as a player what Skange has done. But as far as she knows, so she knows that Eve accidentally killed someone, but is a morally good person. She's only known Eve as a morally good person who's trying to do the right thing. She only knows Sink as a morally good person who's trying to do the right thing. And she knows Skange as someone who had a bad past, but was brought up as a goblin and didn't have the opportunity to know right from wrong, and is now being shown right from wrong and is learning and is changing for the better. That's all she knows about Skange. She doesn't actually care what he did in the past, because right now, she's only known him with the party, doing good, and learning and getting better. So she's giving him that chance. That's
Yeah.
So she doesn't actually care what he did in the past when he was a goblin and didn't know better, and she doesn't really want to know. She wants to give him that
Now, just to quickly follow up with this, and just to recap, so I can make my fun point here. Motorcycle going by, but quick recap. So accidental death, Eve, killing people, but brainwashed. Sink can't hold him accountable for that. Just doing the law. That is our girl Thurnaga. Leston in the military. She just killed when she needed to, and then she was a mercenary outside. Just needed to make work. Nothing was pure evil.
Yeah.
Now Skange. That bastard killed his brother in cold blood by looking him in the eyes and choking him to death.
Actual murderer.
Skange is the only true
Moment of weakness.
I just fucking. Of course, I'm just fucking with you guys, but I just wanted to really bring down the list, and just like Skange is really the only one that he's like we can look at his kill and just be like, no, that was murder. Everybody else has a legitimate excuse.
Yeah, I mean everyone else is either like accident, or
but that's just out of game buffoonery,
or it was legal, authorized,
Yeah, it was because you needed to, because military. You're not just gonna run around pool noodles and say that you're down, you can't get back up. Like, you gotta.
When you get knocked down, you just get back up again, right?
Right.
Well, that's what's so scary about like
I got up
playing
again. Never gonna
lawful
bring me
good. Because oh my goodness, I can't believe we're gonna play a lawful good character. It's scary. But like at the beginning, I was like with these people, and I didn't know their backgrounds or anything. So for all I knew, I was just like, these people just need me.
There was another rogue over here that's not even here anymore. I don't fucking know what her character was.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
But that's the person I was really worried about the most, because she was very like, you can't tell me what to do. And I was like, oh, no.
It was all about the penises, which was weird.
Well, evidently we can't tell her what to do because she's not here. So.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, exactly. She proved you wrong.
I'll see you next week.
You won't. You're like, we're going to track them through the woods and find out where they are. And she's like, nope, and never came back.
Yeah,
right.
Do you know what?
I was like, okay.
We still haven't found that Skange doppelganger. That plot thread is going to come up.
No, you haven't. You definitely have not.
Ion is
I still haven't forgotten about that.
No one's hit any goblins lately with errant moonbeams, right?
Mm.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
Oh man, it would be hilarious if this entire time.
Look. I'm not going to be able to pull this off. So I'm going to say this, and this is something that I talked to Scange about. But like, this was always going to be my joke about Scange's future. And you guys, one day, we're going to stroll into a random ass town. Well, that's important to the story, but you're going to stroll into a random ass town, and everybody was going to know Scange. And they were going to think that he's a really good guy because he just does good deeds for them all the time.
Yeah.
And then Scange is going to be so pissed off that everybody likes him for doing good things. And he's just going to run into the doppelganger that just gave up on being evil, settled down as a goblin, called himself the Scange, because he took that part of he took that part of him. And then he did good things. And it was going to be the worst for Scange. It was just going to freak him the fuck out. And I don't know what you guys would have done, but it's gonna be, top of the morning to you, Scange. Thanks for painting my fence yesterday. Like a whole bunch of dumb good deeds. Like this guy.
One guy, hey, how's the Mrs. Game?
Oh, yeah.
I did tell my wife about how after the end of the season we could be playing like Jackbox or something.
Yeah.
And she loved that idea.
Yeah,
I think there's a good chance she'd want to play that for sure.
As long as we can get into it,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, could we like stream it and then like people from the stream could join?
Yeah, of course.
So you 4 people still watching the stream, be ready.
So you 4 people.
Yeah, literally.
We're looking out at you.
This game has 1, 2, 3 sessions left and a recap. I want to dedicate time to write an ender. I'll let you guys know this now. In between the next 2 campaigns, there might be about a year in between.
I'd love that.
Not in real life.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Just there's going to be a time skip of a year
Aaron's
or 2 years.
heart just like dropped.
I know, right?
It really
with
did.
the other game, I did 3 years, but there's something that's preventing me from doing that.
Right.
Because you guys still have like an overarching thing that's going on, and that's still going on. But you guys are going to settle down, and with that too, there is a book that I'm going to be reading that Matt Covell did, and it's about bases and strongholds. So you guys are going to have a little bit of an introduction into that. So that way you can start making a difference.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be very much like an Iron
classic
Fort.
season 2.
Yeah.
We're getting
But that was my favorite part of what we did in like season 2 in Dawn was giving you guys.
I do like that. Yeah.
It was so cool. Like
The Iron Fort was great,
That was the
but
best
let's
story.
face it, the Iron Acolytes
But that was part
were
of
better.
That. But that was part of.
Oh, it
having,
was.
like,
It definitely was.
That's part of it when you have a base. It's like you get attached. Like remember how you guys had like Jonathan Crane like as like your like butler, and you had,
God, the
like,
butler was great.
The gardener and the maid and the cook. It's just like you just had like this whole little village of NPCs, and you had like like your leader of the guard, and people who would like set up the cannons for you. Like you had this whole little community of people.
In my headcanon, well, also building the library was one of my favorite things when I would go to a town and ask you to name like 5 or 6 books that I could pick up. And it was such
and the Black Arrow started working for you as like your little like guard force too. Like like everyone like you had this whole little community. It was really cool.
But in the book was very much Alfred, 100%, and Gardener. And this is going to be a poll from my knowledge data bank, but I don't know how relevant it is to you guys because I like dumb movies. But was definitely the angry gardener from Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Kind of. Yeah.
Thank at least 2 or 3 of you for laughing at that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that movie. I can almost
That's
quote
a
it.
good movie.
Having a base is like one of the best parts of D&D, honestly. And like even when we did that very short Waterdeep campaign, like running the tavern, it's actually really fun. Like building up a.
I really like that. I think that the Waterdeep campaign could have been way better written.
Yeah, it could have. But,
I still am very sorry that you guys had only strife in that campaign, and we literally quit because at one point it was just there was too much collateral damage.
There's too much collateral damage, but also like it's actually like really actually hard to it's not even clear what you're freaking doing. It's so actually hard to figure out where you're supposed to go, or maybe I'm just stupid.
Well, The thing is, the way that one was supposed to be played, and I've run it for a couple groups, and it's hard because I, as a DM, have to do a lot of the legwork for them, and it just happens in every group. But that is an adventure. I almost said adventure path. This is not Paizo, but that is an adventure that is made for people who want to play actual detective. And I'm talking like you're playing Clue. You're literally like going through the information, super involved in everything that's going around you, interviewing everybody that you see, looking at all the evidence, putting different time frames together.
Oh my
But the
goodness.
thing is,
With also a little bit of D&D, because there's not a lot of fighting, but there's a lot of chances where it's like, you should interview this guy, you should talk to this guy, you should like, hey, like he went that way. If you search in this area, you'll find a clue. If you take that clue and you search around, you might see that that's located to this person.
the thing is, I thought I was doing.
It's a different
that.
game.
The thing is, I thought I was doing that, but like maybe I'm just like it's just not obvious. Like it's really not obvious. Like when you're playing it, like you can't see. Like
Yeah.
maybe this is just like one of those things. Like this is, I think, a problem that happens when you're DMing, and I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about with the people who write the campaign. It's not obvious to you, like when you are a DM and you are the person who is in control of everything. And this is a problem a lot of DMs have when they're writing a campaign. I am the person who has put everything together, and I've concocted this mystery. It's really, really obvious to me that, you know, you do this,
Exactly.
you connect these dots. Of course it's obvious to you because you're the one writing the story, but when you're playing the game, you're not actually in the world. You can't actually see what's in front of you because you're not the one who wrote the story. You know, you like, this isn't actually obvious to you because you're not 5 steps ahead, you know. It was completely different things.
Yeah. It was also hard for me too, because I needed to prepare more than I did.
Right.
I needed to read the whole book, and the way that Wizards wrote it, it was really fucked up. Things that happened that were pertinent in chapter 2. Like, I don't think that you guys got to the boat that was run by the Drow. There was a boat that came into town. Yeah.
We maybe just
And
did.
that was run by the carnival. But if you actually like interview the guy, you realize that like he's hiding a little bit more than he seems. And then after a little while, like you can like force his hand to be like, hey, like you're showing a lot of these tendencies. I think you're hiding something, and he'll just unshape shift from a human to a drow.
Okay,
Like, yeah, no, I'm actually the leader of the drow gang. Like he drops it all.
Okay, I think
And-
we, like, where we ended, we just talked to him, but we didn't get him to unshapeshift. So we talked to him,
Yeah.
but we left, and we'd left, but we hadn't gotten him to unshapeshift. We'd talked to him, but then we'd left, and we were following a different thread. I think so. After we'd talked to him, that's right. So we talked to him, and where we left off, we were trying to find the robot. And we were like walking around the city for ages. I think the last session we played, we were just trying to find any hint of this robot, like looking anywhere in the city, and we found absolutely nothing. And I think that was the last session we
And
played.
there's a reason for that too, because of how badly it's written.
Right.
But one of the things I do, and this is just badly written on Wizards' part, that whole encounter takes place as 1 or 2 pages of chapter 3.
Right.
They have no allude to anywhere else in the book about what's going on. They don't say Appendix A, Appendix B, get your appendix taken out. Like, they don't say anything. But if you go to chapter 7, they have the encounter rewritten. They have the map of all 3 of the boats, and they have a dungeon layout for it.
That's handy.
And I'm like, why is that in chapter 7 when it doesn't tell me anything about what's going on or why it would be in chapter 7? They gave me the whole encounter and the watered down version of that in chapter 3 as 2 pages. But in chapter 7, they have like 4 or 5 pages of it. And it's not even what the chapter's based on. Like, you can't read the chapter. You wouldn't get it. You would have to flip through and see the boat as a picture and like, why is this here?
I think
You know, it's
The other problem we faced,
And
we were just the wrong party to play that campaign because we were all really.
you guys were literally the dab squad.
Yeah, we were low wisdom, low intelligence characters, so we were just like the wrong party to play it, and because we were all role playing.
The character that was going to work out well died in the first encounter, which was way OP.
Yes, that was the problem. So
that first encounter was dumb. They threw an intelligence devourer at you guys.
And
at level 1 after a whole dungeon.
And the character with the highest intelligence and wisdom, unluckily, despite us, because we rolled really badly, we couldn't save this character. The most intelligent and wisest character died freakishly.
And his background was a detective. Like, it was going to work out well. Yeah. And then it's like, why would they throw that there? But to go back to the point where you guys were walking around the city looking for the robot, they told, the book told me, it's like, hey, it takes, they can search one of these quadrants in one day. And there's like the quadrants, there's like 20 quadrants. So it's like you can do 20 days and you have to like roll perception. And if you don't get above a certain number of perception, you just waste a fucking day.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's.
And then it's like, well, they can go over to the Griffin Riders and have them help them. It's like, how do they know? And also, Chapter 2 was just I had to throw 30 factions at you guys and see if you guys pick any of them. And if you guys stick with one. And if you guys don't pick multiple. And if you guys don't piss any of them off. Right. Like, it was badly written.
Yeah, it's not... Yeah, Wizards... I don't like Wizards books a lot of the time. I'm just gonna...
I've been enjoying Paizo books. Starfinder is written well. Wizards books, for me, suffer from two things. One, the dungeons are either too OP or they are too boring. So, like, most dungeons are, like, 4 rooms have encounters and the rest of the 20 rooms have nothing.
Hey,
and the treasures aren't there.
Fight some orcs? Do you guys want to fight some orcs and get a sword?
Exactly. It's like, do you guys want mundane equipment and nothing?
You guys want to fight goblins? You definitely want to fight goblins and orcs. Goblins and orcs.
Paizo books, at least with Starfinder so far, and Rennie can attest to this. Like, you go into a room and you fight like 3 unique creatures where the DM doesn't even know how to fucking run them because they're so fucking unique. They give me the tactics. They're like, hey, if this guy falls below 5 HP, he literally surrenders and gives up all information. If these guys are indoctrinated, they will fight to a death. This guy will throw a smoke bomb and run into the next room. Like, they give me tactics that these guys are going to do. And also, it's like, okay, well, now you just clear this room. You get a static rifle. You get a suit of power armor that's meant to lift cargo. You get this. You get so much cool shit. Yeah. And it's like, you don't get any cool shit. You know why I'm excited about this dungeon? Because DM Dave wrote it.
Yeah.
Not his team, because I'm subscribed to DM Dave. The downside is the lore doesn't match up. The lore is meant for his world. So whenever I mention any of these old gods, it's like, it's meant for his world. But you know what?
Though.
Like,
I don't care. That's fun, though. Like, I like that. I mean,
you guys are fighting a modified shambling mound. It's a shambling mound that was replaced with spores.
But that's
you guys. Exactly. You guys are going through rooms.
It's exciting. This is why I like, this is why my creative outlet is making up entirely new worlds. Like, I'm having so much fun. Like, it took me a little while to get into it and actually figure out what my campaign concept was. Spoiler alert, it turned out it was taking all, like, the 4 different campaign concepts I was traveling around and putting them all together and putting them in a blender and actually being like, oh, wow, actually, when I mix these all together, it works. Wrong
with that.
Yeah, that's actually really fun. That's why it's really fun for me to come up with my own individual, like, campaign concept and be really flexible and not have something pre-written, because I can come up with my own lore and adjust to what you guys are enjoying on the fly and being like,
exactly.
I come up with, like, a starting point and, like, an overarching story, but, like, I can tailor things to you guys on the fly. If you guys decide, I might think you guys want to go left at first, but if you guys want to go right, okay, the story's about you guys going right now. I'm not going to tell you guys to go left. If I, like, set up the story for you guys thinking you guys are going to go left, but you guys go right instead, the story's now about you guys going right. I'm not going to force you guys to go left. That's what
I'm right in the middle of that. I'm like, if I'm going to run something, I, at this point, am going to take an adventure. I'm going to read over it. And I'm going to be like, all right, so this is what's going to happen. And this may happen if you guys want to do it, but I'm probably going to subvert some of what happens, and I'll meet back up with the story later. But I'm going to subvert it the way I want to subvert it and add more to the world. And then eventually you guys will get right on the right path. But you go through Steve's City of Detours.
Right. At least if I'm making like a homebrew world, I'm not bound by a book. Like, you know, at least there's no book to go off. Like, because I can just like put things down in front. You know, that at least I have that freedom, because it's just like I invented like what's over here, and I invented what's over here. It's at least I've got that. You know.
And then Steve took what was over there from your campaign,
right,
and put it in this campaign, because I have a problem with the Easter eggs. But that just made the FCU, which is the official name for this canon, the Fire Shield Chicken universe.
Yeah.
Because of the Waterdeep campaign.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
That is it. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna head off, but GG everybody. Fucking great art. I gotta put a reminder down, but at least for this, Scange, take like another point of inspiration, because that fucking card thing was awesome. And then Aaron for helping me with that whole fucking improvised scene, and then just helping throughout everything else. I will give him an inspiration point next game we have, if I remember.
And the good news is I can confirm we didn't have the issues with the frames anymore, so all our stream problems seem to be fixed, which is excellent. Yay.
Hell yeah. Can you just make sure that we clip those last two stories, both Bob and
yeah, I'm gonna clip the Bob story, and I think I'm gonna clip like the whole like first hour of this campaign, and I'm gonna like publish it and like
yeah, I mean, if we can put it somewhere where it kind of hangs out permanently, because I know that we don't want to do any editing, but I do love like the background, like having the stories clipped, so that way people can like refer back to that.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely, because I know I probably should have done clips of like more things in the past, but like I've definitely did the one where Scange killed Brian, like that one's been clipped.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that was a great one.
Yeah, I'll definitely do.
I have one more backstory.
Ooh.
And I'm not telling anybody else except for you guys, but I have one more story, kind of backstory.
A mystery.
And there is a specific trigger, and there's a specific thing that happens. And I am waiting for everybody, especially Leston, to start hating the god of this universe, because shit's gonna happen, or at least shit's gonna be backstoried, and it's just gonna be that fun moment. It's all gonna be for you guys.
Nice.
Not for the characters, it's all gonna be for you guys, but it's just something that I wanted to do for a while. And
I wonder if it's gonna be the bad guys.
I'm not saying it. If it is, I'm just gonna nod and smile.
I'm just thinking out loud, because we kind of know. I mean, unless it actually is the super secret Scange backstory that you're saying we're not gonna get, but we actually are. I don't know. Oof.
I fucking wish I was
the sandwich
cool.
backstory.
Sandwich backstory.
Oh, the sandwich backstory.
The sandwich universe.
Oh man, there is. I have the Attack of the Swarm game on Thursday, and I have gone 2 books out of the 6 books for the story without doing any backstory, and it's killing me. I have an idea, and the idea is what. Sorry, Ray. The idea is what brought the Swarm to that universe.
Yeah.
And the idea links all of the players in a sequence of what their backgrounds are that make it happen.
Nice.
One character jumps from one universe where they were fighting it over to another universe. Another character, a scavenger, picks up part of debris, brings it over to a place. They find it, they lock it down. One hacker unlocks it for a buyer. One person gets infected, and a doctor refuses to treat him. And all of these things are going to lead up to that. Like, that's the thing happening. And then 6 months later, this swarm epidemic is happening.
Nice.
So,
All right.